Welcome in, everybody. Just doing some of our normal testing here.
I'm good, bro.
You're good? Good. I'm good as well. All right. Welcome to our live watch along of the Chargers and the Raiders. Before we get to the game scoop, the Bucks with a nice win, big final drive, but both of these offensive lines still look pretty shaky.
I would agree with that. However, I think the fact that particularly Tampa Bay was able to look like that toward the end when it mattered, even with a shaky offensive line, I think tells you the fact that they could be looked at as particularly dangerous. We were asking last week on one of the episodes, kind of it was Philly and who else, basically. Some people were saying originally, some people were saying Washington, then they were saying maybe Green Bay. Detroit's kind of always hung in there. I think there's a real chance that we're putting Tampa Bay in that conversation at some point later this season.
Yeah, I don't think right now we are, but I think down the line, absolutely we are.
Yeah. And again, it all starts with your quarterback, right? And Baker, I'm sorry, I know people don't like him for one reason or another. Baker is one of the better big game quarterbacks I've seen. Again, we're talking about a guy who got to a new team and then 5 minutes later was winning a game with teammates whose names he didn't even know. It's. Did I miss something on the screen?
No. I'm again. If I look away, obviously I have the game on the TV up here. But
No, I totally understand.
Gino's not looking good. I'm gonna be real. This is bad. This is not good for you, Scoop.
No, I'm not. I'm not strongly rooting for the Chargers or the Raiders, but obviously the way I talk about Gino, it would be nice to see the Raiders win. And I am a fan of Coach Carroll, so.
Yes, of course. We are too here down in the Seattle area. As for Houston, we're talking about the Bucks as a potential player in the NFC. As for Houston and the AFC, that offensive line is not good, and it's a huge problem. It's gigantic.
It's a huge problem. The fact that they lost this game at home when they were favored by a field goal is a huge problem. It was a pretty close game for most of the time. Obviously, it was 14-10 Tampa at the half. No quarter no quarter even featured more than one touchdown by a team. And I just looking at the way that this that this Texans team looks, I really thought that last year was an aberration, and that we really got the real, maybe not the real C.J. Stroud, the previous year, but I at least thought that was going to be closer to what he was than his struggles last year. But and again, I'm not putting this loss entirely on C.J. Stroud, but he was only one pass completion over a 50% completion rating. You can't be doing that.
How is he going to do anything when he doesn't have enough time? I get that's not everything. I agree with that. But I'm stressing about it. Yeah.
It's not everything, but that being said, he actually took fewer sacks than Mayfield did, and I thought Tampa's line was not that much better or worse than was Houston's.
I mean, they were massively injured. That's why I was going to give the Bucks a pass anyway.
I will say the Buccaneers, obviously, as we saw, they were kind of helped. They easily where they really separated was having more of a run game than the Texans did. Both Irving and Rashad White were better than anything that the Texans were putting up with either Chubb or C.J. Stroud or the few carries that Woody Marks got. And I don't know what happened, but aside from the one touchdown, when they got the ball to Nico Collins, he did good things with it, but it was actually getting the ball into his hands that was the problem all game. And when you have that type of an issue, it's like, again, I go back to Woody Marks had their biggest reception all game. It wasn't Collins. And I like the fact that this game was as competitive as it was. And obviously I love games that come down to the final drive or two when I don't have a strong, intense rooting interest in one or the other. Obviously I was rooting for Tampa, but I don't know. I saw more at the end that made me see Tampa as legitimate, and I didn't see the same in big moments that gave me the same flavor with Houston, and it's now becoming longer and longer since we saw. And again, I'm completely acknowledging the fact that it's not all on him, and that some of it's about what they put around him, and one thing or another. And as much as I love Coach Ryan's, obviously being a longtime former, not only a Texan back but also an Eagle back. But I also acknowledge the fact that he is a defensive head coach, and they are considered recently in this day and age to have not have a disadvantage, but in general, sort of be at less of an advantage for quarterbacks than offensive-minded head coaches. Whether you agree with that or not, that's what a lot of people believe. So if that's the case, then then there might be that factor. But the CJ Stroud thing, it's becoming longer and longer of time since we saw that CJ Stroud that really set everybody on fire when he first came out of the league.
Yeah, it's definitely a concern. The weirder part is this division. The AFC South right now, the Colts are the best team in this division by a long shot, and it's kind of hilarious.
I love that. I mean, like I said yesterday, I liked CJ. Try again. I liked Daniel Jones more than a decent amount of people did. And not just because the Giants were easy to beat with him back there. I think the Giants would have been easy to beat with Joe Montana, to be honest with you. Just based on the way that the rest of the team was built, or rather wasn't built. But I'm really happy to see Daniel Jones up there and being put in a position to succeed. And that's just it. People talk about this great quarterback or that great, or this mediocre quarterback or that mediocre quarterback. Yes, but the quarterback talent is one thing. You also have to put him in position to succeed. You also have to give him something. We go back.
Yo, what is happening with your dude? I do that too. I pump it like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna just push the laptop back onto the desk for a little bit. But so you're from the PNW, so you'll remember the whole let Russ cook thing. But
which was stupid.
But again, letting a player cook is fine, but like Colin Cowherd used to say, you can't ask him to run the whole darn restaurant. And
yeah,
when and it's I think that I mentioned Andrew Luck, et cetera, et cetera. People think that when you put like weapons or whatever, or a line or any of the stuff onto a quarterback's hands, then all of a sudden it delegitimizes their success or how great they are. No, you can't find me one quarterback who was actually great and who actually won consistently for a period of time who didn't have help. It doesn't delegitimize your success or your greatness to give you help.
Yeah,
I would rather see you be great with the right people around you than see you finish 9-8 every year.
Yeah.
And people say, well, he had that, so it's not as impressive. Or he had, Montana had Rice, so it's not as impressive. Or Brady had Gronk, so it's not as impressive.
He needs it. They need it. They need weapons.
Yeah, and I'm like, how exactly do you expect quarterbacks to win consistent games, especially in good divisions, if you're asking them to not have it's Joe Burrow. Like, if you want to see a player with that's in a situation like that, look right at Joe Burrow, who is now officially, we talked about it yesterday, but now officially out until at least the middle of December. And unless Jake Browning suddenly has a Nick Foles type of run, I wouldn't be surprised if they just end up shutting him down the balance of the year.
I was going to talk about, I was going to talk about this for pot cookies. We may just vote it in. What is the Bengals' next game? It is what the hell is it? Let's find out.
The next I'm checking real quick. I thought I had the schedule up, but I didn't.
No, it's fine.
They're playing the Vikings in Minnesota
without JJ. Oh, freaking hell!
So without JJ, okay. So who's going to be starting? So Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning.
So it's going to be Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz.
Blah.
We should eliminate that for pot cookies game of the week, just because.
We shouldn't make it pot cookies. We're all going to take it.
Well, that's my point. Is it's like, we're all, if any of us is watching that game for more than 5 minutes, we're all going to be Snoop Dogg in it. Let's just be honest.
Oh my God.
Did I miss anything important? 3-3. What a thrilling start. Oh, it's only 7 minutes in.
What do you expect?
I will say, I like the Charger uniforms, but I also like
Yeah.
I'll also say this. I really want to go to Allegiant Stadium. That looks like a
It's
really
beautiful.
cool stadium.
It's beautiful. It was awesome seeing it for the fight on Saturday.
Yeah, y'all were posting that in the group chat, and I was like, I don't know what these guys were talking about. I felt like I was,
dude. It was good. It was a good card.
I felt like I was a native Portuguese speaker, and you dropped me in the middle of Japan.
Hi, Shane. Coming in at a weird time. How are you?
How you doing, Coach?
I can't hear you,
anyone else
dog.
can't hear him? Okay, good.
I cannot hear you, dog. Is that better? This is what happens when you go live during a game like this.
Hello?
Hello?
There we go.
Okay.
What happened?
Oh, I am there. I don't know.
How are you, bud?
Anyways, yeah, no. I'm good, man. Just entering when you guys talking about a Portuguese speaker dropped in the middle of Japan or something.
We were talking about Allegiant Stadium. We were talking about Allegiant Stadium and how Scoop wants to go to it, and then the fight on Saturday was at Allegiant, so he was confused by the fight.
Well, the reason I said that is because in the group chat there was a lot of people talking about these different people and like different things, and I went back to read it. I would go back sporadically every couple of hours, and it just my point basically was that I just felt like I was dropped into a foreign country and didn't know the language because I was so.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. They're showing the time lapse. They're showing the time lapse of putting the stadium back together. Didn't UNLV play on Friday too?
Not on my TV. They ain't. They're showing a gambling addiction commercial.
Of course they are. No, you'll see it. There's Terrence Crawford. Love that.
Okay, so Robert's ahead. Don't spoil it.
Why are we seeing?
I'm ahead. I am ahead. For sure.
Oh, okay. Now I see it now.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Gino! Come on, do something.
Oh, that is really cool.
Okay, Shane, can I ask you a question about Geno Smith?
Oh, here's the time lapse. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. That was fire. That was fire.
Whoa.
Isn't that cool?
That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, what's up? What about Gino?
Okay, so Scoop likes Gino. Can we explain to him why we don't like Gino that much? Because I hate watching him play football.
You don't like Gino.
You like it? I'm the only one who doesn't like it.
I mean, I don't love him, but I think he's overhated, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
I mean, I've made this pretty clear on the show that, like, I mean, is he one of the elite guys, or one of the like?
No.
Well, because when I think of quarterbacks, I think of like the elite top 4 or 5. We all know who they are,
mm-hmm.
And then the second tier is like what I would consider franchise quarterback, like guys that I think you could win a Super Bowl with. And then there's the third tier, which is famously known as the Kirk Cousins tier, which will probably have to be changed to something else at some point. Where it's like
probably can
a guy
stay that way because he's still in the league, but
yeah, but he's not in his own tier anymore. So basically, it's just like a guy that is like who is a good starter, but like he's not going to reliably win you playoff games and stuff like that. And then there's like below that, there's like a bridge starter, fringe starters, and then like backups or unproven guys. So to me,
and then there's Jake Browning.
Well, Yeah. But I mean, being a Washington guy, I have a soft spot for Jake Browning. But in
That's
any
fair.
case,
We were just talking about what Pot Cookie's game of the week is going to be this coming week. It's pretty easy. It's Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz.
yeah. Although Jake Browning, I think, has been decent when he's played. I mean, he's not Joe Burrow by any means, but anyways.
Yeah.
But Gino, I mean, yeah, to me, he's always kind of, well, when I say always, I mean like in the last 3 or 4 years that he's been a starter.
Yeah.
He's kind of always been, in that like 15, 16, 17 range as far as where I would rank him among NFL quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not. Here's the thing. I think he's a guy where he doesn't have a very high ceiling, but I think his floor is higher than most. Like you kind of know, like that he's accurate, that he is, very. I mean, I think he's a lot quicker and just stronger, more athletic than people give him credit for.
Yep.
And he has, I mean, his arm. He does have a pretty strong. I mean, he fires it in there pretty good. And he's just, he's a good. He's a leader. He's a grown up. Guys, things that you want in a quarterback. I think just the only thing really for me that that kind of brings him down a little bit is just that he. I just don't always trust his decision making when he has the ball in his hands, and and the other thing is just I feel like in those like fourth quarter game on the line situations, I'm not saying he can't get it done because he has, but it's more often that he does not. So I think it really just comes down to the intangibles and just situational stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think he's if you're trying to rebuild or not rebuild, if you're I don't think he's a guy that you want to like build your future around, but just because of his age and his ability and whatnot. But if you wanted, I think he's perfect like for Vegas because it's he and Pete. That no one's expecting them to win a Super Bowl in the next couple of years. They're just trying to get the train back on the tracks because it was this franchise, this organization is a massive train wreck. and Pete and Gino can do that. They can just get the train back on the tracks, and then you get, in a few years' time, you get some younger guy, quarterback head coach combo who has, new ideas or whatever, and they can go and do their thing. So yeah, all that being said, I mean, he's not my favorite, but I really do, I like the move a lot to bring him in. Just considering where they are right now, they're not, this is not a team that's gonna make a Super Bowl run right now. If that were the case, then yeah, you got to aim a little higher than Gino, but but that's just not where they are right now. So it's kind of like the Colts, I think Daniel Jones, not a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, but through 2 weeks, I mean, he's shown that okay, he can just at least get things going in the right direction. Which I never thought I'd say that, but here we are. Yeah, I thought if anything, Brian Dable would fix him, not Shane Steichen, but whatever.
No, I think that Coach Steichen is an underrated coach. I think that he was missed in Philly after that run a couple of years ago, and I think now hopefully now with a quarterback that's evidently not going to take himself out for being tired, I think that he's going to be in a position to maybe have more to work with now. And going back to what you were saying about, well, first I'll let you finish because I don't want to be cutting you off.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I think with Steichen, it's when I look at head coaches in the league, I consider four things, and these are, I've been between the time when I was I played for 6 years. I've coached for a few years now, and I've had oh god, I've worked with 5 different head coaches in all that time, and there's 4 things that you look for, and how you can tell if they're going to be good or if they're not cut out for the job. Number 1 is, do you have knowledge of, X's and O's on your side of the ball? Clearly, Shane Steichen does. That is no question about that.
Yeah.
Number 2 is, do you get the most out of every guy, even your third, fourth string
practice squad
players? Can you put them in the game and they still show up?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Not saying they have to be as good as the starter, but just can they be productive? Can that's number 2. Number 3, do they buy the locker room? Do they buy the team? Do they trust you? Do they buy into you? How do they feel about you? Whatever. And then number 4 is just, what kind of decisions are you making in the game, in critical situations? Stuff's on the line. What are you doing? Like, what's your decision? Do just how do you manage the game, basically? And so I think Shane Steichen does 3 of those things very well. But it's very widely noted that he does not. The players don't really buy into him as their guy. They know that he's obviously very smart, but he doesn't have the room. And I think that's his really his biggest downfall. You look around the NFL, I think there's really only 2 guys that do all 4 of those things right now. It's Andy Reid, Sean McVay. That's it. And in my time, between my 5 head coaches, I would say 2 of them have had that. It's obviously easier to achieve all those things when you're at a lower level, not in the NFL, but still, my current one I think is great. He's a first-year head coach, but I think he's excellent. And then when I was actually my first coach, ironically, was he was amazing. And there was just a great staff too that we had that year in the very beginning for me. Our defensive coordinator was Bill Pickle, who
What a
look him
name.
up, Scoop. Yeah.
Hang on. I'm deaf because I know you didn't just say dill pickle.
No, Bill.
Bill
With a B.
Pickle.
Bill
Okay.
Pickle.
Okay.
That is, by the way, just really quick, those are some absolutely atrocious penalties by the Raiders. Oh my god, that is bad. Holy smokes, that is awful. Oh my god.
Was it? I only saw the motion. Was that illegal man downfield?
There was 12 man on one of them.
Okay.
You'll see it. That's just awful.
I only saw him do this. I thought that was illegal man downfield.
Go. I need Ashton Genty to get like 30 points for fantasy tonight. That's not gonna fucking happen.
No, not unless he literally becomes Bugs Bunny. This coach looks like he don't want to be there.
Yo, Pete Carroll with his gum is still hilarious. Especially on night games. Especially on primetime. Like, I think that's where it's the most hilarious. Because, obviously, if you're watching Red Zone, I don't see it that much. Because it's not like I watch, like, a ton of the Raiders. But I guess I do, technically. Because they're always at 125 or 425 on the East Coast.
But yeah, no. So our defensive coordinator was Bill Pickle, who was, if you, the viewer, is unfamiliar with him, he was a Super Bowl champion defensive lineman for the Raiders, ironically, as we sit here watching them. And I'm pretty sure he was an NFL All-Pro.
What a catch!
Let me look.
Oh my god. Wow. Keenan Allen. Oh, really? Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And that guy was our DC. And to this day, I don't know. I've never met anybody who had as much knowledge of the game as him. Just in from scheme to like the history of the league to just yeah, I mean he knew like who every single like even practice squad players, like he could tell you. I mean, dude, he could tell you who like the third string safety from the Bengals in 1986 was. Like just
an encyclopedia of football.
Yeah, I mean it's just it was insane. And like every type of coverage that for defensive coverage that exists, and like just it's like there was one time in 1978 when the Bills ran a 5-2-3 look, and they had the nickel right here, and it just was like I was like, how the hell do you like know that?
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's just
I love
his memory recall was just insane.
I love the fact that Hotels.com on the short ad is like, hey, let's have a hotel bell be our let's have a hotel bell mascot talk about our app. What are we doing?
The best part too is he was so humble. Like he never told any of us that he was in the pros. Like we found out from other coaches. I was like,
oh, so you like never knew about it?
No,
that's crazy.
No, never. Like he wouldn't talk about it. Because he didn't want, he didn't want it to be all about him or what,
yeah.
Which I respected. I mean, right now, one of our offensive line coach he played in the NFL for the Titans. But it's the same thing. I mean, he, none of the players really know that. He just kind of keeps it to himself, but it shows in his in his knowledge of offense and just like, oh yeah, this guy's been around.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Shane, can you talk about the process of you making our shorts? Because I haven't. I don't think we've talked about this on air about how you make them.
Those are fire. Those are absolute
They're
fire.
so funny, man.
thank you.
I hope we get some good ones out of tonight and yesterday. I hope so. We'll see how the night goes.
Last night in the first 90 seconds with my bottle of Pepsi, we had.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, I should. Yeah, we should do the bottle of Pepsi. That was hilarious. Why do you still have it? How have you not drank it yet?
No, this is a different one.
You finished. Okay. Oh
Wait,
my god!
back up,
Did you
back up,
finish
back up,
the
back up,
leader?
back up. You just said how have you not finished it, and then you went right to how you finished it already. You just completely contradicted yourself.
Well, yeah. Because wait. Did you finish a whole Pepsi bottle in one day?
Oh no, I had that since Friday.
Okay, because I was about because we were already questioning if you were gonna have a heart attack before the playoffs. I was gonna say you might have a heart attack before week 5. At
Yeah,
this point.
It was so funny. People were so concerned about my cardiac function. They didn't even be like Brandon was screaming on every Eagles play so loud that there was that all that went into my earphones or my whatever you want to call these. All that went into these was feedback. I couldn't understand the individual words that were being spoken. It was just one long sound.
Because Brandon is one horrible Eagles loss away from cardiac arrest too. Both of you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brandon yelling at the TV. That's unusual.
That's very unusual. I'm gonna turn my background light soon. I'm just waiting for it to get really dark outside.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it looks like there's fireworks going off in your room.
I know because of these advertisements. All right, 1 second.
Oh, that's fair. Actually, I think I can make my light different colors. I haven't tried it yet. I just got this.
Well, that's fancy.
I just got this light a week ago. Yeah, there we go. Now it's multicolored.
Wow.
The one thing I will say is that doing a watch long, it's kind of tough to like analyze the game in real time, but we'll do our best. Not that there's much to analyze. I'm glad this game's at least semi-ass.
I was gonna say this has not been a game that I feel like I'm missing a ton by having to keep turning to my left.
Yeah. Shane, are you excited for the Seahawks watch along in 6 weeks?
Against the Titans? No.
The Texans.
Or Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how good or bad both teams are at that point, and then I'll let you know.
And then you'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
Scoop, what are you feverishly texting? What's going on?
Am I doing what now?
Are you feverishly texting? What's going on?
No, I was double checking something about the game on Pro Football Focus.
Oh, what are you double checking? I'm curious now.
I was trying to, because the score that was on my TV wasn't matching up with the score that was on that came through on the update. I had missed the touchdown by the Los Angeles.
Oh, that's yeah.
Because I have the thing off, so it's the only way I know what's going on is either by the score bug or by the closed captions that I have on.
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah. But I was I was just confused because I had looked over like 9 times and it was 3-3, and then I'm like, oh wait, Justin Herbert actually did something.
Come on, Jen. What is that? No, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, Khalil Mack is getting on the. Oh no.
Oh no.
Dang.
Oh,
Khalil Mack.
That's gonna upset people back home. There's a lot because he's from Buffalo, so there's a lot of people back in upstate New York that are that still follow him out in Las Vegas. Hang on, I can't hear y'all now. Something ain't right. Something's not right here.
What do you mean?
Oh, there you go. No, it just Rob's lips are moving, but I can't hear him.
Okay, so it's Robert, not you.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Robert.
No, it's like a Charlie Chaplin movie in here.
Oh,
Maybe
I know
Robert's-
why. I fixed it. There we go.
I was gonna say maybe
okay,
Robert's talking crap about us.
No.
I was so confused. I was like, I know I'm deaf, but not that deaf.
Dongle was moving.
Oh,
This little baby. No, I was gonna say, is Khalil Mack originally like from Buffalo, or did he just go to school in Buffalo?
I'm pretty sure it was both. Because, like, I mean, I know a lot of Buffalo fans that are, or rather, a lot of, like a lot of Buffalo alumni, rather, that people follow still from upstate New York. But I thought he was okay. No, apparently he's from Fort Pierce, Florida. So it was just Buffalo as the school then.
Yeah, that's still good. Big catch by Jacoby Myers there. Oh my! What's I didn't check. What's the game before the Seahawks game that week?
For week 5, you said?
I think it's week 7 that we're doing this again.
All right, week 7 schedule. I'm taking a gander right now.
It's it's Bucks again. It's Bucks Lions. What
this is 2024. Why do I care about that? Spoiler, I don't. Okay, what the heck is this? 6:30 a.m. PDT. Where is that game being played?
London.
Oh, okay, that makes far more sense.
Yeah,
you mean
London? London. But yeah, we have a lot of international games this year. I'm going to be getting up at the crack of dawn for those.
Yeah, I couldn't tell why the game was showing up at. Well, first of all, I don't know why it was showing up in Pacific time to begin with because I live on the Gulf Coast, but and the game is like the home team for the game is the Jaguars, so that makes even less sense. But yeah, okay, so that makes sense. I couldn't in my head like map how the time or what the time difference was between Pacific time and London. So like if I had spent like 5 seconds doing the calculations, I probably could have. But
what? Gino's running? What is going on? Why are you letting Gino run? What the heck? Okay,
not there yet.
Run.
I try not to spoil. Khalil Mack elbow questionable to return.
Oh no!
Yikes!
That is suboptimal.
The elbow.
Wait, what? I only heard I only heard edible.
No, I said not the elbow.
Not the elbow. Okay. The Raiders are moving.
I'm going to Vegas for the first time in my life next month. I'm very excited.
What are you doing in Vegas? You just kicking it?
The month after. No, I'm going to the. You got to help me. What's the name of the big concert
the
venue?
Sphere?
Out there? Thank you. Yeah, the Sphere.
Yeah.
I'm going to see the Zach Brown band out there.
Oh my God, that's a fun one.
That'd be cool.
Excited. Yeah, that was my birthday gift from my family.
That's fun. Good catch by Genty. Go! I need fantasy points. Go!
I don't want to go back to Vegas, but I would like to see the Sphere. That'd be cool.
I've heard good things.
Are you not a fan of Vegas, Shane?
Robert, we've talked about this.
Well, we haven't talked about it on air.
I don't want to alienate the good people of Las Vegas.
Oh, never mind. I'm down. Never mind. I'm down by like 30 points. I'm not going to win this. Screw that. Screw
No,
it. I
Vegas
just
is
want
great.
Shady to
I
win.
love it. It's awesome. No, it's yeah.
Excuse me.
It's great. It's great.
It's great. It's great. The only time, other than the times I have been to Vegas, I remember coming back from Romania and having lightning in Vegas because I had to take from Vegas to Seattle, which that flight
Yeah.
sucked.
Jeez. Yeah. Any flight that I've had that's going, so I've only flown into the West Coast or the West, like the western half of the country, 4 times. 2 of them were to San Diego, and 2 of them were to Phoenix, Arizona. And every flight that I've taken that's gone to those 4 places, oh my goodness, I felt like I was in a pinball machine.
What, did you fly Spirit?
Oh God, no! I don't remember what airline I flew, but I've nobody that I know who's flown Spirit has had good things to say about it. Sorry, Spirit.
No,
But
you have to apologize to a bankrupt company. We don't have to do that.
yeah, but yeah, I went to San Diego twice, both for MLB winter meetings in their respective years, and then I went to see friends in Phoenix, Arizona twice. But every time I went out there, it was just the travel was just bonkers.
What did you do at the MLB winter meetings?
I was doing networking. I was trying to get into MLB media at the time, and I pretty much basically went there, dropped off my resumes to anybody who would take them, and did as much networking as I could. Was able to meet a decent number of people at MLB Network and in different organizations. Just kind of get my name out there, get myself in front of people, that type of thing. I actually. I was in the hotel where Garrett Cole signed his deal with the Yankees, and I got to see some people going out and like celebrating in the lobby. And I actually, can I tell a quick story on here?
Of course, please.
So y'all know who Jeff Passan is, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
legendary Jeff Passan.
Yeah. So it was like 8 o'clock out there, and we were outside or out in the lobby, and I had seen Jeff Passan. So I tried to wave him down again, get into conversation with him, talk to him for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then I see his phone starts going bip it up, and he starts looking at it. It says, "I'm sorry, I got to cut this short, but keep your phone on. I got to go chase this down." And I was like, "Okay." And sure enough, about 20 minutes later, John Heyman actually had the breaking 9 years, whatever the deal was for Garrett Cole, and there was a lot of celebrating in that lobby that night.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite stories.
That's funny.
Scoop,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Scoop, I'm always curious what your liquid consumption is. So you have the Pepsi, and
yeah, this ain't Pepsi though. This is your water.
Okay, I was getting concerned for a moment because yesterday you double dipped on coffee and Pepsi, and I was like,
yeah, but I was also so the coffee was 30 ounces, but that was for yesterday and today. I when I have a 30-ounce coffee, I use it for 2 days.
That's amazing because I finished that in 2 seconds.
Yeah, so you're concerned about my liquid consumption, and you're over here saying that yours is worse. But
yeah, that is accurate. Yes,
dude. Robert has eaten and drinking in front of me many times, and like I don't know how the dude survives it. Like,
yeah,
it's like
it's
dude,
the only reason
he eats so fast, like a dog, just, and then he finishes and he's like, and I'm like, dude, just slow down. It's not a race.
The food is too good, man.
He's like, oh, I'm so hungry, man.
My first girlfriend's family used to call me the bird because I would take like 25 minutes to finish anything, no matter how small it was. No matter how small it was. Like, I'm a very slow eater.
I'm kind of in the middle.
And what is?
Yeah.
Oh, just them coming back on. Okay, I just thought that maybe something interesting happened.
No, not really.
There's been one Vegas field goal since our last update, so it's now 10-6 in favor of Los Angeles.
And also, Geno Smith is getting sacked out of his mind right now.
Well, see, that's why I was so surprised they went with Genty, because if there's anything we've learned over the last 3 years, for your running game to be maxed out, especially with a young back, you need a built-up offensive line, and the Raiders don't have that. So
They do not.
So that's why I was really surprised they went with. But then again, it's the Raiders, so to expect them to do things that make sense is not necessarily. But still, like, I mean, they've got at least better decision makers up there now, and I know that Brady's got to have some level of influence. So I was still surprised by that, though, that they went Genty. Again, not to say Genty isn't worth that pick, but I don't know that they were in the position to maximize him, without getting that line built up significantly more than it's been.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Wait, 24 players from free. Oh, okay. I was very confused why it said 24 players from free agency, 13 this offseason. I was like, then what's the 24? But it's the whole team right now, I guess.
I mean,
there he is. Brandon! He's finally here!
Yeah, this took forever.
What took forever?
Getting home, having to let my dogs out, having to take the garbage out, use the bathroom.
Okay. Who let the dogs out?
Who? Can we say that?
The worst part is I'm gonna lose in fantasy because the Raiders don't want to use Jacoby Myers. So
he got one catch. Are you seeing how bad?
Multiple?
Are you seeing how bad the Raiders' line is right now?
Yeah,
so bad.
I mean, the Chargers' defense is nothing to write home about in general.
No.
Yeah.
Which is why I hate this right now.
Bless you.
That was a sneeze.
Oh, my bad.
Brandon, how fast of an eater are you?
I mean,
this has context.
If it's a small meal, probably like 10 minutes. I'd say 10 minutes.
What's your definition of a small meal?
Well, that's what I had before I came on too. I also ate real fast. I had I had a 20-piece nugget.
Ooh, good choice.
So
what's
from Sonic?
No, from my job.
Yeah, what sauce?
It's sad. We used to have honey mustard. Cause honey mustard's my favorite, but I used barbecue.
Yeah, that's what I had earlier. My friend that works here and I split a chicken thing downstairs, and I got barbecue also. My mom's I think my mom's favorite was honey mustard though.
Yeah, I never used to like it when I was little, and then as I got older, I was like, you know what? I just
that's me with barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue. Like for me, my top three. I mean, like to me, if you still say your favorite sauce is ketchup, as an adult,
you're under 18.
Exactly. You need to grow up. Like you
ranch.
I just tried ranch. I just tried ranch for the first time a couple months ago, and it's now my favorite.
Wait. How do you have ranch for the first time?
Months ago.
Scoop.
Hang on. One person at a time. What were we saying, Rob?
We're talking about. We're all concerned. How did you have ranch for the first time a few months ago?
Oh, because I had not had it before then.
Why?
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
You just never happened upon. Hey, let me have some Hidden Valley Ranch.
No. I'm
gonna get Hidden Valley Ranch to sponsor this podcast and send all the merch to Scoop.
Wait. They have merch?
Yeah. I'll just send you 100 bottles of ranch.
Oh God.
Oh dear God. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I feel like 95 of those are going to go bad.
Can we make it like the Duke's Mayo Bowl?
The what?
The Duke's Mayo Bowl?
The what?
The college football game, the Duke Mayo Bowl.
See, I had Brandon, I had the opposite trajectory with honey mustard. I used to like it, now I don't. I don't know why.
Hold on.
That's interesting.
Sad.
It is strange. But anyways.
What
You
are we
guys-
holding on for?
No, have you like we should make it like the Duke's like the Duke's Mayo Bowl, where we take like a bunch of like, but not mayo obviously because Scoop has never had ranch or it had ranch for the first time. Take a bunch of ranch, dump it into a tub, and then we just Gatorade shower him with the ranch.
Oh
Yes!
dear God!
Yes!
Oh dear God!
That sounds so gross.
I'm gonna see if we can contact Hidden Valley Ranch. Let's make that our first sponsor.
Oh,
And I didn't think my skin could look any whiter than it already does.
Jesus.
You guys ever mix barbecue sauce and mayonnaise?
my sister does. My sister mixes that with mayo, and she mixes ketchup with mayo, and she makes like a
Ketchup and mayo, isn't that like Big Mac sauce?
kinda.
No, that's
It's
that's
essentially
mayo
Big Mac
and
sauce.
no Big Mac sauce is mayo and like Thousand Island or something.
It's something.
Is it?
I mean,
Yeah.
to me, I don't trust any. Well, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I don't trust anyone that says they don't like mayo. I love mayo.
So do I.
I find
Yeah.
it. I find it okay. I'm not like a huge mayo guy. You know who loves his mayo and his coffee? Will Levis, who
Whoa,
unfortunately is.
whoa! Back up! Flag on this plate. Huge. What now?
You didn't
Will
you don't know
Levis.
that about Will Levis?
Will Levis, the quarterback of the Titans, likes mayo in his coffee.
Scoop, how did you not know this?
I should have known he'd be a bust from the second that came out.
Maybe that's why him and Gio broke up. But
Jesus,
I mean,
man.
like so when it comes to sauces, as I've gotten older, your palate changes as you get older.
Yes.
I mean, I will always love honey mustard first and foremost. I'll never change. But it's like my top three. Well, I can eat different kinds of sauces. It doesn't matter. But my top three are honey mustard, actually sweet red chili sauce,
Ooh, that's a good choice.
That's a good choice.
and then barbecue. So those are good. But the thing is, I like my favorite kinds of like sauces is almost like Tex-Mex kind of like sauces where it's like a southwestern like Chipotle sauce. Those are good. Like when I get that kind of stuff, it's good.
I didn't even think to mention this, but actually, does Chick-fil-A sauce count?
It's a good sauce.
Then because if it counts, then that's up there with my favorites as well.
Yeah. I will
Yeah.
quickly say McDonald's hungover does not hit. Do Taco Bell instead.
The last time I went to Taco Bell, like actively went to Taco Bell with somebody, I was spending a weekend with a friend of mine in New Jersey, and this person ended up getting sick when we went out for an evening. And the first thing that they wanted when they got back and they were trying to feel better was Taco Bell. And I'm just thinking to myself, how is Taco Bell going to make you feel better?
Because it's really good. It's really good when you have some kind of ailment. Like,
Well,
it's
it just made them more sick. It just made them.
Yeah,
more
I was gonna say that I feel like it would just make you worse, but
That's exactly what I said to them before they got it. But
what did they order? I guess is the question.
Crunch Wrap, I want to say it's called.
Yes, I love me some Crunch Wraps.
Yeah, so did she. But it was just so funny to me that like just to think of somebody saying that they either want Taco Bell or Chippy Popo as like a go-to meal when they're not feeling well, and I'm just like, I don't know. To me, that would just make me even worse. But
it is fantastic. It is fantastic hungover. There's nothing better than Taco Bell when you're hungover. I'm serious.
I don't think I've been hungover in like 6 years, so that's not something I would have experienced. Or 5
I never
years,
have
rather.
been, so couldn't tell you.
Lucky.
Just shot a bunch of raspberry vodka and go to Taco Bell. Good night.
What?
You know what's a great sauce that I love
What?
is huli huli, which is like essentially Hawaiian.
I'm sorry,
barbecue
what?
sauce.
Oh,
Huli
okay.
huli.
No,
It's
I heard
like-
you. I just didn't know what that meant. It sounds.
Oh,
like
gotcha.
It sounds like a Pokemon.
It does.
But no, it's like it's so it has it has like because you know how barbecue sauce it's like the base it's basically ketchup, brown sugar, and honey. So like it has those three things, but then it also has like soy sauce and like a hint of pineapple juice in it.
Ooh.
It's so good.
I need to find the sauce that we had in Portugal. It's just Portuguese hot sauce, but
You just marinate like a Kahlua pig underground for like 3 days in it.
Oh my gosh, that made me think of a story. So I was on another show for about 2 years over on the network where Brandon, Jay, and I now do What's the Scoop, and on the main shows, the two who kind of started the whole network, Kurt and his wife Jen, shout out to them. They were going to do like kind of renew their vows in Hawaii, and they were going to be going to a luau, and that was the first time I'd ever heard of Kahlua pork because we were all doing a food segment as to seeing Kurt's the pickiest eater you'll ever meet in your life, and we were all basically taking bets on what he would eat and what he wouldn't eat, and then that's the first time I ever learned of Kahlua pork. It sounds good. He said he wouldn't eat it, but he also said about like 98% of the things that we talked about. So
see, I get being a picky eater as like a child. I don't understand being a picky eater as an adult.
Yeah, no, this man's well into his 40s.
Like I don't understand. Like, to me, when your palate doesn't change, like, now allergies are one thing, but when your palate does not change as an adult, it's like, listen, you like what you like, and that a lot of things from your childhood you'll still like as you grow older. But like,
yes,
my God, expand your horizons, please.
I'm like my mom now.
I'm like Al Michaels. I hate vegetables. Hate them. Unless they're like in soup or something. Like, I just hate vegetables so much.
See, there's certain veggies I still won't eat because or certain like seasonings I won't eat because it makes me gag. I physically can't eat it. Like,
yeah, that's how I am with lettuce. That's why I don't put lettuce on anything.
Oh yeah, it's why I don't eat. Well, see, lettuce I'm fine with. Like, some of the veggies like I won't eat. Like, I won't eat unless I absolutely have to. I won't eat squash. I don't like squash.
Oh, see, I like squash.
Yeah, see, squash soup I'm okay with. If it's in a soup, I'm like Rob is saying. So certain veggies are fine in soup, but like, it's, to me, I won't eat that straight up. And then like in terms of like a garnish, I can't eat it because it makes me it just triggers the gag reflex in me, and I want to throw up every time I even get a little hint of it. Is cilantro.
Ooh,
I like cilantro.
I can't eat it.
Cilantro doesn't even taste like anything.
My best friend.
Do you have that thing where it tastes like soap?
No, it like, well, kind of, yeah. It almost like, to me, like when I taste that, like, I can handle very small amounts, but when it's like, especially in Spanish cooking, if there's too much in there or whatever it is, I'll know it. I can smell it. I know it. Like, and when I taste it, it just, to me, it's like, I can't even describe the taste. It's just so like off-putting to me that I can't eat it.
Basically, I don't know if this is the case for you, Brandon, but there's a genetic defect for people with, well, not defect, but there's like a genetic thing with cilantro where when people eat it, it tastes like soap.
Yeah, I don't know if it's soap. It has just a very like bitter, like I love Spanish, any kind of Spanish food, but for some reason, like, that stuff is bitter. Like, when I taste it, it's like, I'm like, ugh, like, I literally cannot. I won't eat it. It'll actually make me lose my appetite.
Yeah. I know we're not at halftime yet, but do you guys want to do Spinal Tap?
Well, yeah, sure, yeah.
It's like, all right. That's okay. How you know that this game hasn't been anything special, because it's like, my God, both teams are just cracking the 100-yard mark now.
Yeah, it's rough.
Barely.
It's rough. Okay, Shane, introduce. This is Spinal Tap. The second one is already out in theaters, so we just decided, hey, for the week that it's coming out, let's talk about the first movie. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is one that I've kind of wanted to do all 3 years that we've been doing this. And I don't know why it didn't happen the first couple of years, but now it was like, I mean, with the second movie coming out now, I was like, okay, it's time. So we did Spinal Tap, or this is Spinal Tap, sorry. And if you are not familiar, it's basically it's what's called a mockumentary, which a lot of people don't know what that means. Basically, it's it's shot like a documentary, but it's completely made up. And so this is basically a fake documentary about kind of like a pretend rock band that is like, coming to its end, basically. And it's a comedy. It's hilarious. But I want to hear what you guys thought first.
I mean, what's funny is, well, besides the movie itself, like I love the fact that there's because I've heard about it for so many years and I always wanted to watch it myself, but this was the first time like actually properly sitting down to watch it because I saw bits and pieces in the past, but with this, it's so funny because literally in just the first 5 minutes, I was throwing the quotes in the chat of just how ridiculously stupid it is. Like saying, yeah.
Wait, can you read some of them because they're so funny?
Well, I put the two in there where they said they don't have the facilities at Scotland Yard because they didn't figure out what happened to their other drummer. And yeah, they don't have the facilities at Scotland Yard. Yeah, they don't dust for vomit. That's I the context of it is even funnier when you watch it, but it's or the whole thing of oh yeah, the one drummer spontaneously combusts, just poof. Where he's like, yeah, dozens of people spontaneously combust each year. It's just not widely reported. It's, it's just the insanity of it. But it's funny because there's a lot of rock band. This is why I love this kind of stuff because it's a pretend rock band. It's supposed to be funny, but it's also kind of a satire on rock culture.
Yeah,
which is funny. So it's how so many rock bands have 10,000 members, especially from that era, the 60s, 70s, whatnot, into the 80s. So many bands just didn't survive that era, and of course this one wasn't going to. But it's so funny. Every drummer had some sort of unfortunate accident. Then they asked the one drummer as he's sitting in the bathtub. They're like, "Are you afraid of given this band's history of drummers, what might happen to you?" He's like, "Well, if you think about it," he's like, "Well, someone's got to break the cycle." I'm paraphrasing. He's like, "Oh, someone's got to break the cycle, right?" He's
law of averages, he said. He's like, I'll take the law of averages.
Yeah, law of averages. So, yeah, based on law of averages, it should work out for me.
And then it doesn't at the end.
Yeah, it's also just it's funny because, well, the funny thing is between the the two friends that started the band, I just find it funny how. I'm pretty sure that the whole letting the girlfriend start to run the band, slowly over time, that is almost a direct reference to Yoko Ono and the Beatles. It feels like to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yep. So that's I always thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, oh yeah, I know where this is going. But honestly,
you guys should watch your TVs. That was nasty.
I wish I would have wrote down the song lyrics to some of the songs because they're actually kind of catchy despite being super funny.
Dude, they are good.
Yeah, they're actually not bad songs. They're actually pretty well done songs. For being a comedy rock. I'm watching it now. Oh my! Since why can Quentin Johnson catch a football?
I know, right?
Here. But yeah, well, I love just how this I think is this before Fran Drescher did The Nanny? This movie.
Yes, because that was the '90s, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, but like yeah, but it's like by I think like yeah, so it's like because she's super young there. She was like even younger than we are. She was like 22 in that movie, 23. Uh, and because I almost didn't recognize her at first because how young she was, but then you can't mistake that voice. So,
Yeah, that's a nice way
but
to
like,
put it.
but the best part is when they're they're talking about the album cover for the new album coming out, and they're like, oh yeah, this is too this is the just like this isn't gonna fly more or less, and then
Way
they're
too vulgar.
like it's way too vulgar. Like
What one thing that I love. Sorry to interrupt, Brandon. Is it goes sexist? It's like it's sexy. No, it's
yes,
sexist.
yeah, that's what I was gonna reference too.
It's sexist.
It's also just funny because it's like none of the actual guys in that movie that portray the band, none of them are British. They're all Americans.
Right.
Funny-
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, I looked it up. They're all Americans. They're all. I mean, they're all comedy guys. But it's funny because they actually like in the movie. I heard, and also just in real life, they actually do play their own instruments. Like that is them actually playing the music, more or less. So that's actually impressive that they can do that while still being funny. That's the original Tenacious D, if you think about it. But I, like with this, like there's not many mockumentaries that get it right, and some mockumentaries are just stupid. Like this, I mean, this one is silly, but it, when you realize what it's like kind of doing, where it's being kind of a satire on rock culture when it's but also when it's not just satirizing. Is that a word?
Satirizing.
Yeah, I'm too tired
Yeah,
to
that's
make sure that's a word.
I got you. I got you.
But when it's doing that, but also like in a way, also kind of showing it like behind the scenes, looking like no bands do deal with this stuff behind the scenes, and this is also why a lot of bands do break up. But it's like because the general public always hears about bands breaking up, and we never really get an explanation why. Sometimes, and it's like these are some of the inner workings that you see, like them fighting with a record label, them fighting with a touring manager, them fighting with the publicist, or whatever the case may be, or fighting with each other, and but it's funny because all the while it's just funny, especially when, like the best part is when they do get the album cover and they're like, well, it's just a black cover, like it's literally just
it's just completely black.
cover. And then because the plastic wrap on it makes it look like a mirror. He's like, hey, it looks like a mirror. He's like, it's reflecting back at us. Like it's like it's silly, and I like it. And I even like at the end as the credits are rolling, they kind of have like interviews with each of the members. That's like fake interviews, like one-on-ones. But like, so I like it's just really funny to have a movie like this because I can't think of many other mockumentaries that kind of or many first of all many other mockumentaries in general, but I can't think of many that are just funny from start to finish like this. Where I wasn't like belly laughing, but I was like, yeah, that's a good one. Like that's actually funny. Like I was like, every joke hit. It didn't take me a second to think about it. 'Cause it's like sometimes in comedy movies, you kind of take a second, and it's like the moment's passed. But with like this one, I was like, yeah, every single joke they made hit the mark too, and that's weird because this is a movie that came out, in the mid '80s. So it's actually it's or mid to late '80s, and it's interesting how
84.
Yeah, and it's still it just feels like fresh. What's funny? Like even 40 years later, it still feels funny. It still feels fresh. I mean, obviously the way it's shot is old. You can tell it's an '80s movie, but it's. I mean, like that's a movie I would go back to a bunch of times. That's a movie that I probably wouldn't get tired of because it goes by fast. I mean, the movie's only an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So
brisk,
I mean, it's
really brisk.
Yeah, it's quick. I mean, but the thing is, most documentaries are about that long, so that kind of makes sense for it to be a mockumentary, for it to be like that. So I don't mind that at all. But I I actually want to see the second one now. Now, having seen the first one, now I want to see the second one, and I think I hope it's just as funny. But I don't know where they would go in the second one, where they would go from where they ended up. Um, but
Yeah.
but like it kind of didn't need a sequel. And on top of that, it's such an old movie that why would you make a sequel 40 years later when people don't like people had to have forgotten about it by now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
What a
like
dumb throw. I'm sorry, Brandon, but that, oh my God, that throw was stupid. Oh
believe me,
my God, man.
I I think that with this movie, like we've done some comedy movies on the show. I am going to go out on a limb and say this is my favorite comedy movie we've done so far. This
I
for me,
I would
Agreed.
agree. I would agree.
yeah,
It's fantastic. It's great.
to me,
Uh,
to me, this is one of the first ones where I know it's a comedy movie, so usually comedy movies don't get a high rating. But for me, this movie, I would say I mean, it's a little bit dated, so I'll knock it on that a little bit, but it captures the hair metal era perfectly too. So I'll say 8.5 out of 10.
yeah, I got a solid 8. I just thought it was there's so many jokes that we're not going to get to today on
Yeah,
this at all, but
yeah, I can't
it's
remember
so
some of
fun.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scoop actually joined us for this movie. What were your thoughts on it?
I'm gonna. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, just because y'all just made it. You guys just went into so much more depth than I could, because honestly, I was confused on a good amount of it. Like I remember,
That's actually a good thing for this movie, I would say.
I remember messaging. I don't remember if it was the group chat or if it was just Brandon or whatever. But I remember about like 10 or 15 minutes in, and there was the comment about like, you know, choking on someone else's vomit, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I was watching the wrong freaking movie, because I
Yeah.
was so confused. Like it reminded me of, I can't for the life of me remember the name of it, but I went to see, it wasn't a mockumentary, but I went to see another movie a few years ago that was like, it was a spoof type movie. I can't remember the name of it. It was something about like high school guys and things of that nature. And it reminded me of just the sort of just what world did I cross into when I'm watching this, because this is not in any way like again. So I don't have great analysis to follow that, and I apologize. But yeah, I at once, especially once I got to that point, I was just thinking, okay, someone give me the cliff notes or something, because this has me just so back and forth in terms of trying to understand what's going on, and I didn't get some of the music references that some of y'all got, so I apologize for that.
What is your overall rating though of the film?
Overall rating, I'll I'll give it as I'll say 7.5, only because I was so confused, and that's probably more of a me issue than the film issue. But I would say that, like, again, I was laughing at a good amount of the goofiness of it, but like I didn't have like a whole uh you know I think you guys probably got some more of it than I did, just because, again, and I don't know a lot. I didn't have a lot of like if you want to say, the lore coming into this, that like, or the background into it, that some of y'all probably did. So that's, again, just my opinion. I also I do agree that it's a little bit odd that they waited. I think it was 41 years
Yeah.
to do this second one. I'm just thinking about how many people who were able to actually watch, and if you want to say appreciate this
Yeah.
one back in the 80s, how many people are gonna still have that memory and be able to build onto it with this one without going back and basically rewatching it again, which maybe they will, even for just nostalgia purposes. But yeah, that definitely caught my attention. I did some research on it as well, and apparently apparently J.K. Rowling was kind of inspired by this for part of the Harry Potter series, which I found interesting. I guess there was something about,
That's
I guess it was,
wild.
yeah, there was an interview she did about that, where she talked about like the tormented nature of some of the characters, and kind of overlapping that, which, again, I also haven't read Harry Potter, so I also am not particularly helpful there. But it did interest me that something so noteworthy had such a very unexpected connection on the back roads for just once I dug a little bit deeper, trying to make the dots connect, which I think I just confused myself more.
Hmm.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Roger.
Good.
Roger.
Good. So for me, I just thought that I just thought it was super funny. There's moments. I put a link in the chat of some of them. I gotta find them again, but um, yeah, funniest moments. Let's see if I can even pull this up.
Oh,
Um,
actually, the one that comes to mind right off the top of my head. That's not. It's not a quote. But it's when they're popping out of the alien like shells on stage.
Thank you. Yeah, that was the one I was looking for. Please go ahead on that.
Yeah, and what is it? The bassist can't come out of the shell, and literally by the time he actually breaks out, if the song is over, he tries to get back in, and his arm gets caught in the thing. Like he's like, well, all right, like. Or the running gag of how bands they go from the dressing room to the stage but they get lost, so they
They're
end
like,
up like
where do we go?
sneaking around the back. Yeah.
Um,
Oh my
the
god.
alien part was so funny to me because they were like using a knife. They were like
Yeah,
trying to
blowtorch.
bandage.
Yeah.
The blowtorch I wasn't expecting. They're
Yeah,
just
it's making loud. It's making loud ass noises that you can't hear the music. Like, oh my god.
what else is in here? Let's see.
I think my favorite scene is when they're looking at his guitar collection, and he's
And they're like, "Don't touch that! Don't touch that! That's never supposed to be used. Don't touch that!"
no, it's just so funny. It's like, don't touch it. It's like, I was just pointing at. Well, don't point at it, okay? and is it, can I look at it? No, that's it. You've seen enough. Come here. And then,
The accent is so funny.
Or
then
like when he's asking about the guitar, he's like, "Oh, what do you like about it?" Well, he's like, "Well, I like the sound of it." He's like, listen close. And he's like, "There's nothing. You're not playing it. There's nothing playing." He's like, "No, but if I was playing it, like it sounds good."
or then they go over to the amps, and he's like, "See the numbers? They go to 11."
Oh yeah.
That's the classic. That's the classic one.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, "Why don't you just make 10, 11? Like when the height?" But he's like, "No, it's to 11."
Yeah.
Okay. The miniature bread. He's like, "Why is this bread so small? I can't eat my food with this."
Yeah. Oh.
Do you have any metal objects in your pocket?
Oh yeah. And you find that like, oh yeah, like she literally brings like the scanner like next to his crotch, and it's like, well, do you mind pulling down your pants, kind of? He's like, oh yeah. And he pulls out like a cucumber. It's like the weirdest thing. There's a lot of gags in this movie that are pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I didn't really love the Love and Lost one. Do me a favor, just kick my ass, okay? Just kick it.
Oh,
just kick it
yeah.
right in front of the store. Just kick it.
God.
But I think what I like so much about this movie is the fact that it's really I mean, it really does feel like if you didn't know it, you would think it's a documentary.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just because it totally is set up that way, and not only that, but it's just they do, even though it's very funny, that's obviously the main draw with it. It's still super, it's very there's definitely an emotional arc that you go on with them, and and they develop as characters,
Oh yeah.
which is very refreshing to see in a comedy, and just I mean all the like Brandon was saying, just the way it another reason too that I think it feels like it could be a real documentary. I mean, the humor I think kind of gives it away that it's not, obviously, but
Yeah.
but like it does feel like a very realistic story of that time period and just kind of that era, you know. Um, so yeah, and I mean I think the actors all played their parts perfectly. I mean, it's um, people always think that the best and hardest acting to do is like these very serious dramatic roles but um, as somebody with some acting experience, I completely disagree. I think doing comedy acting is um, much harder to do well, I should say.
Yeah.
um, and because I mean, if somebody's in a bad mood or whatever, it's like we can all kind of tell what that looks like. There are many different ways that whether you're sad, angry, whatever. There's different ways, but like we all recognize it. But humor is subjective, so it's different. You have to, anyways. But I think these guys all do great, and it's common we see British actors doing American accents. However, the opposite is very rare, because it's a much harder transition from American to English or whatever, as opposed to going from British to American, because the American accent, fun fact, is how we originally talked, and then the English accent came from that, not the other way around. Or it evolved from that, which people always think the British accent came first. No.
Yeah, I did.
Take that, England, America.
America.
Yeah, the Brits used to sound like us. But anyways, so yeah, but no,
yeah. The other thing is, sorry, Shane, go ahead.
I was gonna say, to me, I would say this is probably an A minus. I think the only real downside for me is just that, just because it's so. There are times, it's definitely very like unstructured, kind of almost experimental in its approach, and you can see it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just sometimes it leads to the pacing feeling kind of off. But I mean, otherwise, I really have no complaints. So, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to mention was Stonehenge. It's only 18 inches high, but it's supposed to be bigger. That one was excellent.
Well, there's the what is it towards the end of the movie? The best part is where like when they're starting to realize that their popularity is declining, but it's like they're still kind of delusional, like living in their rock and roll delusion, and it's like I forget what was it. They're like, oh yeah, we got a big festival crowd out there, we got to go, and literally they're playing to like a theme park crowd of like 20 people.
After a puppet show.
Oh God, yeah. And they're like yeah, we're gonna try out our jazz number, and they're like playing like a almost like a jazz rock song, and the crowd's literally booing and going like this, it's pretty good. But like there's certain things that still hold up pretty well. They're still like comedic timing wise are very funny in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam here in the chat is asking Scoop, why is Hampton about to run for 100 yards? Dude's kind of killing it right now.
That's not hard against the Raiders defense.
Yeah, and again, we were talking earlier about the disparity between the running games and the respective offensive lines. And I think that whatever you think about the line that LA boasts, I think it's definitely more built up. I would say decently than that of the Raiders. I think they could use some more work on the interior, but I still would take most of the guys that the Raiders have on offensive line over the Chargers have over the Raiders.
Yeah, definitely. See if he gets better here in the second half, but yeah, probably
Did
not.
you guys early in the show talk about Burrow being done for 3 months?
We
Very
could, we
very
could,
briefly.
Yeah,
we could,
how he's this generation's Andrew Luck.
yeah, we could talk about it more heavily if you want, Brandon. What are your overall thoughts?
No, I see like the two sides of the coin. Where everybody's like, oh, he's made of glass, and everybody's like, well, it's one thing to be made of. Here's the thing: it's one thing to be made of glass, like to always get hurt just off of weird things, but he's getting pummeled behind that offensive line, and he has been getting pummeled since he came into the league, and it's. And it's only going to get worse as he gets older. So literally, he could. And we were talking about this yesterday on the show, last night on the show too. We even said he could end up being like Andrew Luck, where he's like, I've just had enough. Enough is enough. And honestly, if I'm him at this point, I'm literally going directly to my GM and ownership, or saying like, get me an offensive line, or I will retire.
Oh, I would have done that last offseason.
But now, because it's like if they haven't done it now, it's not disrespectful to ask for help, and it's like we talk about Justin Herbert, we always talk about oh, he needs help. It's like, but Justin Herbert also underperforms. Joe Burrow always shows up. The problem is the problem is his defense doesn't, and his offensive line definitely doesn't. His offensive line is made up of guys that were bagging groceries at my job 2 weeks ago. So, it's ridiculous that you are surrounding a franchise quarterback with that much talent, with that quarterback with that much just pure talent, and you are giving him a bunch of traffic cones to block for him.
Yeah, and Adam's right that Burrow doesn't really show up in the first month of the season, but that entire Bengals team doesn't really show up in September anyway.
Nobody does. The first month of the season, no one really does.
They're still in Cancun.
Yeah,
they're still in Cancun.
We've always said the first month of the season is extended preseason for the starters, because it is. Those first 4 games are extended preseason for the starters. So,
especially when you got coaches like McVay now, who straight up don't play a lot of their guys in the preseason.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
with Herbert, some of it is matchup dependent too, because the Chargers are freaking playing the Raiders this week. But I don't think anybody really does anyway. Herbert's definitely better in September, but as Brandon said, everyone's still kind of figuring things out.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Never mind. Go ahead.
No,
No, because it'll lead to something else entirely. So just finish your thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's funny. It's like the one thing I will say that's intriguing is Jordan Love is playing the way he is now. So usually he starts
in Toyota-thon.
Yeah, usually he starts off slow, and then we get to Toyota-thon, and then he goes off. If this is slow for Jordan Love now, can you imagine Toyota-thon? He's gonna be the greatest quarterback of all time.
We're gonna see him buy a Toyota. Or we're going to have to buy Toyotas. Shane, go ahead.
I have one. I'll have to buy one.
You have one. You have one. Okay, Shane, go ahead.
So what if this offseason, Burrow just goes in there and demands a trade?
You read the next thing I was going to say. You read my mind.
Now, I'm not saying he's going to do that, nor would Cincinnati. He should, yes. Nor would Cincinnati honor his request. But I'm just saying, if that happened, what would be? You'd have to give up probably 2-3 first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 second-round picks and a couple players easily.
Can we do a game? I'll go team by team, and you guys can say what you would give up if you're the team. Or
Oh,
if they
that's
need
fun. That's fun.
Yes.
It. Bills, no. Obviously,
No.
they wouldn't do it. Patriots, I'll be honest, I don't think they would do it. I think they're happy where they're at.
I would say.
Okay, hold on. I need to pull up
I'd say
every team's cap situation first.
I'd say reevaluate
Yeah.
depending on how Drake May finishes out the year.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Jets, I mean, you already invested in Justin Fields for a bunch of years, so I think they're out.
No,
Have they?
I don't. I think that the Jet, especially in this day and age, I mean,
He's on a 2-year deal.
We just saw a team get rid of Jared Goff to bring in Matt Stafford. I don't think that Justin Fields precludes you from going out and getting Joe Burrow, especially with the situation that the Jets consistently find themselves in.
Well, I mean, it's 4 years, but it's 2 years with an out. So I mean, yeah, they could be interesting. Brandon, Jets.
But it's God. See, like, we know how bad the Jets are in investing in their team. So if Burrow goes to the Jets, he'll just get killed over there. So he'll just get killed in a different jersey.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we're playing the game of if you're the Jets, are you doing it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Jets, yeah, that's a no-brainer. But
okay,
that's what I wanted to clarify.
Here's the thing, though. If you say, okay, if we're looking at it as if you're this team, do you make the move? In that case, there's only 3 teams that don't make the move. Realistically, I mean, maybe
Adam
4.
said Chargers, Chiefs, Eagles, Commanders. Yeah, I think that's probably the list.
Or and like Ravens, Bills, but
yeah.
So I would prefer to think of it more as like where, like, could we see Burrow wanting to go there because he feels like he can make an immediate impact there? That's more how I'm looking at it.
Dolphins?
I don't think he'd want to go there because I think there's gonna be too much. I think there's gonna be too much instability. I think if they move off Tua or if whatever, then I think that you're gonna be in a situation where he'll have very little more stability, if any more stability at all, in Miami than he would have had in Cincy.
I think they're getting close to blowing it up anyway. With the guys they've been losing over the past couple of years and Mike McDaniel on the hot seat, I think they're getting close to blowing it up. So that wouldn't make sense for him to go there anyway.
Here's a fun team. The Steelers are going to need a quarterback next year because Aaron Rodgers is going to retire.
No.
Well, we know
no. Division.
Yeah.
I mean, if they here's the thing, if they were not in the AFC North, I think that becomes a lot more interesting.
But like what is it? Adam would cry tears of joy. But here's the thing: is like he would cry, but the in division's not going to happen. We're not going to see another Saquon Barkley trade. Not trade.
Well, it wasn't a trade for AJ, but yeah. Teams are going to try to avoid that as all possible.
Yeah, we're not going to see that. That's not going to happen.
That might be if that ever happened. That might be the NFL's version of Babe Ruth.
Yeah,
I think I'm just looking at a list of all the teams right now. I think realistically, there's only one spot in the league where it's like he would go there and they would maybe want to bring him in as a starter and he would go there and make an immediate impact and like they would be competitive. I think it's the Minnesota Vikings.
They wouldn't do it though. They wouldn't do it.
I think they like you. They really want to see JJ.
49ers, I don't know. 49ers, they already have too much money tied up.
Here's the thing. If, let's say, JJ, he comes back from this injury and he sucks the rest of the season. I mean, he's played 2 games. He's had 1 good quarter and 7 shitty quarters. All right, let's say he continues to not be good. I mean, we've seen people in this league move on from guys very. 49ers traded away 2 firsts to get Trey Lance. They moved on from him after a game and a half. Like
that is true.
I mean, it's like, I think if
oh my God, Raiders! It's 4th and 2. Oh my God, guys, we might get off early tonight because this is awful.
I'm just trying to think of who else there would be, because like Washington.
I'm looking at this right now, and there's a couple teams that come to my mind as I'm looking, because I'm on Over the Cap, and I'm looking at the caps or the wake up contract situation, the contract situation for every team at quarterback, and there are 2 teams that jump out to me, and I'm looking at as that could be interesting.
There's one other that I'm looking at.
Okay.
Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle. Would Seattle do it?
I mean, I love Jalen Milroe, but you're not foregoing a chance at Joe Burrow because of Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
And the other one that I would have said, people forget, they restructured his contract this past offseason. They maneuvered his money a little bit, so they give him more money, but they get out of the contract earlier. Does this not smell like something that Jerry Jones would be all over?
Oh God, no.
No, he loves Dak.
No.
He loves Dak.
Yeah,
he loves
no.
Dak. He loves Dak.
He loves Dak, and it would kill me if he brought Joe Burrow to Dallas, because I would have a heart attack.
Plus, I don't think I don't think Burrow would want anything to do with them.
Yeah, I don't think so
That
either.
is also true. Yeah, but no, Jerry thinks Dak is the best quarterback in the league. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
But at the same time, in my mind, there's got to be a reason why they gave him more money to have a shorter period of time commitment. That's just because
they have to sign everybody else. They signed a corner and an offensive lineman over the past week.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just for some reason, when this came up, my brain was thinking that I could just, and again, he's Joe Burrow. We know he's got a little bit of that, whether you want to say attitude or kind of just that puff your chest out type of thing. To me, that's a very Dallas thing, especially after playing 7, 8 years or 6 years, for the cheapest and smallest market team in the NFL. I could really see a team that suddenly offers that much opportunity. I could really see that appealing to Joe Burrow.
Shane, who do you have in mind?
I just realized another team. How did we not see this earlier? Their quarterback's probably going to retire either this year or next, something. The Rams.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think of that one.
The Rams have a lot of money tied up.
Totally.
But the thing is, after this year, I think their cap space for next year is a ton. They have a ton.
They are. They're 12th in cap.
Top 5 in cap,
so
right?
They're fine. Yeah. They're 12th right now, and they'll be higher. So yeah, they're fine. And it's what, Joe Cool or whatever. It's like very LA, and Zach Taylor is a Sean McVay disciple, so do what you will with that.
Here's my other thought. My other thought is Jacksonville.
I was thinking,
but this game is just to make sure I understand. This game's about where he'd want to go, right? Why on God's green earth would he want to go to Jacksonville? Jacksonville is the second most appealing, or the third most appealing team in Florida.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about it, given the kind of pieces. They're getting older, but the kind of pieces they have on defense, and then the kind of pieces, the couple things that he would have to work with on offense. I don't know if their offensive line is any good, but they've got a good running back. They have a good, or potentially a good wide receiver if he becomes a good wide receiver. They have a great superstar tight end. I was thinking, I don't think he'd want to go there, but just based off what they have, it could make sense. Is Arizona?
Yeah, but I mean, are they that committed to Kyler? I don't. I mean, they're
I
pretty
don't
much
think
not.
they
But
I
they
don't
are.
are.
think so.
But they're
No.
not. But they're
I
contractually heavily obligated to him. But yeah,
I have one more team in mind.
go ahead.
They just brought over one of the there was they just brought over one of the hottest names in young offensive head coaching that we've had in recent memory. Somebody who was turning down jobs left and right until he got the one he wanted. They've been building up that roster nicely in terms of weapons and defense and even the lines now. A lot of people love their quarterback, but a lot of people like myself.
Oh, we're cutting out.
We're cutting.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
Did we lose Scoop?
Oh, the camera disabled screen of death.
Which
Soup, are you
what just
okay?
happened?
You just
Yeah,
cut off.
Yeah.
You're good.
Are you kidding? Oh, the camera was so mad that I said Chicago that it made me lose.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Chicago. I guess that's a good one.
Didn't think about that.
It's just everything that I just rattled off, and also I think if you're gonna move off of Caleb Williams, you better have a even bigger star that you're ready to bring in. And to me, Joe, and if you're gonna also sell the fan base on, okay, we thought we had it right with Caleb Williams, now we really are convinced that we have the guy. If you're gonna do that, it's gonna have to be somebody who's already been there, done that, and I think Joe Burrow would offer that.
Yeah, and as you said, they fixed their O-line, which is the biggest part of this whole story. So
Guess what? We finally have a 4,000-yard passer. Woo!
Oh, Jesus. Well, the only thing is, would the Bears be able to afford that because they don't
they have
have
they have a lot of cap tied up right now. Yeah,
yeah, because they've got less than 10 million in cap space right now. So
yeah.
that's what I'm trying to think if they'd be able to afford it. Because by next year, it's not even any better. Next year, their cap space goes down. Next year, their cap space goes down to 5.4 million. So
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, what's his cap number next year? It's like 48.
For Burrow, I think so.
Yeah. So the teams there. So I'll just work from this. The teams that have effective cap space of that or more, which we assume that they have to have more, would for next year would be the Chargers, definitely not. The Raiders, the Titans, the Rams, the Seahawks. So the Seahawks, I know most of us talked about. The Rams, I know were brought up. The Titans, I assume they're not going to be out on. I almost said Will Levis. Out on. Someone help me here, please.
Cam Ward.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I assume they're not going to be out on Cam Ward after one season unless he wildly craps the bed. So
Which he's not. Cam Ward looks great right now. By the way,
Yeah.
he looks really good.
So if I'm just looking at the teams that are in that top 5-ish of effective cap space next year, it's the Chargers, the Raiders, the Titans, Seahawks. To me, the Seahawks wildly make the most sense of those 5.
Yeah, I would say so.
Basically the NFC West. Rams.
Especially because if Stafford leaves, I think that McVay goes out the door right behind him. I think.
Yeah, I think McVay is getting close to wanting to do broadcasting. So,
Which sucks because he's a great coach.
he is fantastic.
But at the same time, get out of my division.
If you have somebody like Sean Payton who can come back at his age for a whole second act, I don't think that just because he would step away from the game now, I don't think that means necessarily that McVay's career in the NFL is over.
No. I think it would just be a John Gruden type thing. Like, just goes and does that for a few years and then comes back.
Yeah.
This game is
just
only
to chill for a bit.
We're only halfway through the third. I feel like this game's been going on for 5 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, no kidding.
We finally got a Brock Bowers catch.
Was only one catch for Jacoby Myers. My fantasy night's ruined. And the Chargers don't have a defense, so good Lord.
So you're saying this game might get good?
I
No.
hope, for fantasy purposes, I hope. I need Jacoby Myers to do something.
I'll spoil you right now. He just got another catch.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it right now. I'm behind. That's not enough. I need a touchdown. Damn it! I need real points. I can't handle just one catch. I need real points. I'm losing to Dicker the kicker right now.
Dicker the kicker. Oh
Wait,
my
are you
goodness.
losing? Are you losing because of him?
No, not because of Dicker. No. Where I lost was Thursday night when Tucker Kraft became God. That's where I lost.
I have him in 3 leagues. I was ecstatic.
Please tell me you signed up for the Kraft mac and cheese thing.
Huh?
No.
Damn it!
What are you
Come
talking
on,
about?
Scoop.
What are you talking about?
You can win free mac and cheese.
I have more Kraft mac and cheese here than I know what to do with. So
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, look, my fantasy team was such a disappointment. Baker was good tonight. Gibbs was good. Josh Jacobs, But Brian Thomas, my God. Can Trevor Lawrence get that man the ball? Jesus Christ. Throw Brian Thomas Jr. the football. Because, my God, it like 4 catches for 49 yards. I'm yelling every week at Kevin Patullo to help Jalen Hurts get the ball to A.J. Brown. I shouldn't have to yell at fantasy for Trevor Lawrence to get the ball to Brian Thomas Jr.
just so you guys know, put this about to the 1,000th exponent. You got what we got for 4 quarters yesterday.
Oh,
I literally couldn't understand half of what you said yesterday because it was just one wall of sound.
yeah, because Scoop, that's me every day. Ask Rob.
Yeah, the thing is, I can somewhat understand it. Somewhat. You have to learn to understand it.
He speaks Brandon.
Yes.
No, it was just funny that everyone was concerned about my cardiac health, and I was watching this unfold the whole time.
Yeah, Brandon, we're concerned about your cardiac health too.
People tell me all the time, "Oh, you need BetterHelp.com." No, listen. I live not just for football. I live for sports. Sports is my life. It's why
I wasn't talking about your mental health. I was saying about your cardiac health.
No, that's a part of it too. Just people are always like, "Oh yeah, you need to calm down." Like, listen, I will be calm when my teams win. I am like Jalen Hurts. Keep the main thing the main thing.
Well, here's the thing, Brandon. You were screaming like crazy when you won the Super Bowl anyway.
What's so funny? He said, "I'll be calm when we win." Bro, the game before that was the Super Bowl, which we won,
and you weren't calm.
No, you know what's funny? That was the most calm I've ever been watching an Eagles game because it was an ass whooping. That game was over at halftime. I did not care at that point.
It was over in the first quarter.
Oh, see, I literally that whole game, especially when the defense kind of went onto their back legs in the fourth, that whole game I was like, I don't care. I saw what happened with Brady multiple times. I am not going to assume that this game's out of Mahomes' hands until the final, clock dripping
I was different. Usually I'm like that, but I was different. I was like, yeah, it's over. Once we got to 40, I'm like, yeah, that's it. Done. Actually, no, not even 40. Once we got to, was that 34 when Hurts threw the dagger to Smith? I'm like, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. Oh, my God.
That was me too. When Smith caught that touchdown, I was like, yep, that's game.
that's what I was arguing with our buddy HTG. Oh God, that's an impressive catch by Brock Bowers. I'm just seeing the Brock Bowers catch now.
Amazing catch.
Yeah, that was nuts.
That's what I was arguing about like me and HTJ, Rob for those of us that know
the New Jersey group. Yeah.
I was arguing with him on Twitter about all Jalen Hurts does is win. And I posted a thing from one of the Eagles beat writers that said
that was so good.
That Jalen
he is
Hurts,
amazing.
Yeah, that Jalen Hurts has in the games where he has started and finished, he's won the last 16 straight games. And,
that is psychotic.
And
it's crazy.
Wow.
It's like that's what I hate when people call him a game manager. Game managers don't win 16 straight games from start to finish. They don't do that. So, like, I hate the game manager BS, and on top of that, he does the little things to win. I've said this before multiple times on multiple shows, but HDJ and I were arguing between him, Goff, and Purdy because it was something like
What?
What?
Wait, what?
because
What?
Wait,
I was
bro. Oh God.
Okay, let me make this
oh my
easy.
God,
Let me make
man.
this easy for you. Hurts, Goff, Purdy,
Holy-
next.
well, but
Holy
here's
shit,
but
man.
here's where this is why I'm
Excuse my
telling you.
language. Oh my God.
I'm gonna read you the thread here because what was it? Because HDJ responded to me like early this morning. He said let me go out on a limb here. It's because I posted the thing from Jeff Kerr who does CBS Philly covers the Eagles. I posted that stat, and then I was like I reposted that stat and I was like yes sir, like basically that's my quarterback. And then HDJ said, or let me go on a limb here. It's turning the ball over that little with the best roster in the NFL. If he's on the Giants and doesn't turn it over with those few passing yards, they're all losses.
Yeah, because it's the flipping Giants.
Right,
We
so
talked
that's
about
right.
this extensively.
That is so.
So then what I said to him was I said
That's
I'm
so
not
cherry
arguing.
picked.
I said to him, well, he's a Giants fan. But I said to him, I'm not arguing that. I said to him, I'm not. This was exactly what I said. I'm not arguing that. But as the old saying goes, he who makes the fewest mistakes wins. When you play mistake free, you'll win most of the time, regardless of the roster, and that's true of any sport. I'd rather him play smart than force the ball. And then I said, I respond. I had more to say. So
Fourth.
I said,
Finally.
I'd also say that despite what the numbers show, A.J. Brown has been 1,000+ yard receiver every year in Philly. Plus, they use their running backs perfectly, which more teams should do to take the pressure off their quarterback. And then I said, guys like Goff and Purdy have had equally great rosters and won nothing. And then
I wouldn't say equally great though, because I guess off to an extent, but like I guess both. It's fine.
But this is
I think Purdy had in that year that San Francisco went to the Super Bowl. I think that's the best roster any of them have had.
That's the point. That's the point I was making to Rob. I said Purdy in 2023 is the only quarterback of those three because the whole game manager thing, Hurts gets lumped in with Goff and Purdy. So this is where I was kind of going with this. Is Purdy is the only quarterback of those three in any of the recent years to have statistically a top 3 offense and a top 3 defense. And he didn't win in the Super Bowl. He didn't look good. He only completed 60% of his passes, and he threw, I think, 1 touchdown. So it's like he didn't show out against the Chiefs. The Chiefs didn't score a ton, and the Chiefs made him look like a game managing quarterback. Then you get to this is why I get on Goff. Goff's defenses have not been good, yes, but in the playoffs, if you look at all the games you look at that Rams Super Bowl. He had a top 2 offense in the league. That defense was somewhere in the middle. But here's the thing: they gave up 10 points, or was it 13 points to the Patriots? You know what Goff did in that Super Bowl? Nothing. His numbers were trash. He did nothing.
He got boxed.
He literally looked like a game manager. Then you get to the Detroit era. His defenses weren't great. But when you look at the playoff games, look at what he did against the Commanders. He threw 3-4 picks. That lost him the game, not their defense. His interceptions lost them the game, especially multiple in the red zone. So that's not the defense's fault. And then the game against the Niners, where they were up by 17, they scored 7 points in the second half. They lost the game. And one of those was a Gibbs fumble, yes. But the rest of that half, outside of that fumble, they were still up by 10 points, 13 points. He couldn't put the game away. He couldn't put the team on his back and put the game away. He had a bad second half, and they didn't win the game. All of those are Goff's fault. It's not the defense. All of those are his fault. Just like with Purdy. The Super Bowl, his fault. The defense did their job.
I would argue the NFC Championship against San Francisco was on Dan Campbell, not Goff. He made some really stupid decisions on 4th down as far as going for it versus taking a field goal.
Yeah.
If they hit, there were a few chances where they could have taken a field goal, and had they done that, they would have won.
Yeah.
More likely than not. But
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean.
But it's like it's like if you're a good quarterback too, you can also overcome those mistakes. They just never did. Like he never did. Like
Yeah.
he didn't look the same in that. Like the whole team didn't look right in the second half, but he didn't look the same in the second half that he did in the first half. In the first half, he was lighting that defense on fire. He lit that team on fire. They were scoring at will. He played well. Second half, it just nothing went right. But part of that is also him. I shouldn't say it's all him, but part of that is him. A lot of it, a good part of it is him. So like,
well, I think the difference between a guy like Purdy and Goff and Hurts,
it's getting late.
is I know.
yeah, we're tired.
They both have that great pocket presence, and but the difference is Goff. I mean, he's has no mobility, and he's just kind of a scrawny guy. Whereas Hurts is, I mean, he's quick and he's just a tank. I mean, it's like he can, if things are breaking down around him, he can make it happen with his legs. Whereas Goff can't really do that. So,
I'd like to jump in, just like because y'all were talking for the longest time about the difference in different the different rosters and the Purdy versus Goff versus Hurts situation. And I've spoken a couple times about I've made criticisms of like quarterbacks like Justin Herbert, who I keep saying I think that what I hear about him is so disproportionate to what I've actually seen about him. On the coaching side of things with that type of mentality, when am I going to see the final things come together for Kyle Shanahan? I'm looking at the everybody keeps telling me he's the greatest offensive coach up there with
no, he's not.
With Sean
Not
Sean
anymore.
There
Not
are
anymore.
Yeah, well, it's just because I still hear people saying that. And I still read people talking about how he's the biggest rival to Sean McVay and one thing or another. There's only 8 coaches who have been coaching for at least 9 years, and two of them don't have a Super Bowl, and it's McDermott and Shanahan. And
McDermott's getting much closer now than the Niners are.
Well, that was my point. And McDermott, I think, is McDermott, I think, is at least looked at as being much more on the doorstep of it than Shanahan is. But I keep seeing Shanahan get given pass after pass after pass. And he kind of reminds me of the coaching version of what Justin Herbert was in my mind, where I keep seeing people giving him excuse after excuse. There are not a lot of coaches I can think of who coached on the same team for 9 years without winning a ring and still kept their job.
Well, Shane, as we've talked about before with the Niners, it's mostly, well, not all this, but mostly this, as we're seeing right now, even heading into week 3 with the 49ers, the injuries are just awful for them. And that's part of it.
But also part of that, I mean, his offensive schematic has been known as one that has players particularly susceptible to injury. So yes, I agree that he has to deal with a lot of injuries, but a lot of that is, I'm not going to say that they're self-inflicted by him, but you're actively putting players in a position to that they're more susceptible to injury. So I still hang some of that on you.
But you know what the biggest, you know what another knock is too when it comes to Shanahan. We've talked about this before. It's not just the fact that their injury management, all this, that, and the other thing is not good. It's also the fact that we've seen this firsthand, but they like their biggest issue, I feel like, is that they just don't make any second half adjustments. It's like they have a game plan at the start of the game, and they just hammer it home for 4 quarters and hope it works.
Yeah,
there's no adjusting. Like they can't. They can't play from behind. That's another reason why they can't play from behind. They can't play from behind because they don't make adjustments. So they are built to have pretty much, if they don't have a double-digit lead at any point in the game, 9 times out of 10 they're not winning the game.
Yeah.
So, like, they're not built to play from behind. They're not built like they don't have a strong foundation in terms of making adjustments. And then, you know, you're beating your players to death in that offense. So it's like any adjustments you can make, you're just wearing them out further. I mean, it's like I can't see how when it comes to the Niners window that we keep talking about, their best shot was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So like that was it. Because I can't see at this point with all the injuries, with the age, with the guys on the team get, especially a lot of the stars getting older. I and they gutted their defense. We know that. So this is a team that almost lost the game to the Saints. So like that's not the 49ers that we usually think of when we think of them lately. So I as far as the Niners go, as far as Shanahan goes, I think that whole era is pretty much done. I think they're done.
Yeah. Shane, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's why we see it so often where Shanahan, the Niners, they lose one of their guys and the whole team just implodes because he doesn't pivot, he doesn't adjust. And I think, I mean, I've kind of been on this for a couple of years now, and yeah, like you're saying, Scoop, everybody still is just like, yeah, he's the best, he's great, and for a couple of years now, I've kind of been like, is he though? I mean,
yeah.
Well, my question is, would he have gotten up to a ninth year if his name wasn't Shanahan?
Yeah,
that's actually a good point.
Okay, yes, and here's why. Because this whole West Coast, power run type thing that is, I mean, pretty much every team in the NFL runs it now. It started with him. I mean, he was the one that really, he didn't invent it, but he revolutionized it and
pioneered it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think just because of that, he gets a little bit of a pass because they're like, well, everybody in the league is trying to copy us. So, he's the guy, but it's like, but it's not, is it still an edge to have that guy when everybody in the league is doing this and everybody, I mean,
and if you look at doing it better than he is.
Oh yeah, I absolutely. And, yeah, because, I mean, if you look at every head coach in the National Football League right now, they essentially come from one of three trees. Shanahan, and that includes, McVay and all his disciples, because they all come from him. It's Shanahan, Andy Reid, and Harbaugh, pretty much. Like,
yeah.
So, so it's like, yeah, and probably
you wouldn't put never mind. I guess Mike Holmgren would be an extension of the Reed tree, I guess.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Reed coached for Holmgren.
Yeah.
Happy
birthday, Pete Carroll. Happy birthday, Pete Carroll, 74 years old today.
Jiminy Cricket.
Holy smokes.
Doesn't look it.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But yeah, I mean, you go around the league, it's like, what? Shanahan, McVay, McDaniel, Zach Taylor, Brian Callahan, Matt LaFleur, D'Amico Ryan, who else is there?
Well, from whose tree?
Shanahan.
Oh, yeah.
He's not an active head coach, but for a period of time, Bob Saleh,
Raheem Morris, Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's already 9 guys. That's a quarter of the league, But yeah. Anyways, so
I love coaching trees. It just fascinates me.
Isn't it wild?
Oh, same.
It is good. It is awesome.
And then who's off? I'm trying to remember who's off Reed's tree.
Well, there was Okay, well, Reed, and then
Harbaugh was off of Reed's tree. Steve
Yeah.
Spagnuolo.
True.
Yeah.
Harbaugh was
McDermott,
off.
I think,
McDermott's a Reed. Yeah, McDermott's a Reed guy.
at one
Yeah,
point.
McDermott was the DC in Philly in 2010.
I always forget about him. I don't know why.
Who else was there? I know there's others. Let me look this up.
I'm doing the
I mean, isn't like by. Isn't it? Oh no, was it the year before?
There's definitely more than just Harbaugh and.
I mean, technically, Siri, not directly. I don't think, but Sirianni is technically a Reed guy.
Matt Nagy. Oh, Doug, they're not active anymore, but Nagy and Peterson both were.
Yeah, I know Doug Peterson was. Yeah,
Todd Bowles was one of them.
Yeah, Bowles is. Yeah.
Wait, where does Sirianni come from in this tree?
Because technically, he was the one I think that got released from the Chiefs staff when Andy came in, but also technically because he coached under Reich, and I think Reich.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. He was the wide receiver coach. Yeah, under I think it was Romeo Crennel who was there back then.
Yeah,
Romeo.
And then he became the quarterbacks and wide receivers coach in San Diego under I have no idea who was there at the time.
Jesus, San Diego, man, I wish they were still in.
Okay, so here's the Andy Reid coaching tree. So Andy, obviously, John Harbaugh, and therefore Mike McDonald.
Yeah,
and then Mike Tomlin.
Really?
Yep. And then let's see, Sirianni, and then therefore Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
And then and then where was?
Wait,
where? McDermott. So 8.
When was Tomlin? Tomlin's got to be a Reed guy by extension, right?
Here, I'm looking right now. Hang on.
Yes, because he was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Sirianni's a Reed guy by extension, just like Tomlin is a Reed guy by extension.
Tomlin worked for. He's worked for 3 coaches. I think that was when because he worked for
because it
was who was the OC in Philly.
Yeah.
Yes, because it was Andy Reid, then Doug Peterson, then Frank Reich, and then Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, Sirianni's like the little branch on the end of the tree. I know he's part of the tree.
So he's the great grandson.
Yeah.
Because when Childress was the OC, he was the DC.
For some reason, I don't know why I thought this, but it's because he left right before Reed came. I thought that Dable was a descendant of Andy Reid, but he's not. Because Reed came the year after, right? Because Dable was part of the staff that left with Sirianni right after Reed came in.
Here, hang on.
So, or right when Reed was coming in.
I want to see if there's like a
Dable's technically a Belichick guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we are.
Oh yeah.
Bill
I'm looking at
Belichick's
the tree
is
right.
fascinating, isn't it?
I'm looking at the tree right now. So Belichick's tree is Todd Bowles, Brian Dable,
Jordan
Dave
Hudson.
Canales.
Lol.
Belichick's. I see Bill O'Brien. Oh, wait, hang on. This is from a.
That was a bad joke.
Dan
I'm
Campbell and Kevin Stefanski.
Campbell and
This is
Stefanski.
interesting. This is pretty.
And then,
This is from last year, but under the Reed tree from last year was Harbaugh, Peterson, Bowles, McDermott, Childress, Frazier, Spagnuolo, Rivera, Shermer, Culley, and Nagy.
Yeah.
I always forget that also Ron Rivera was part of that.
Yeah, Rivera was on Philly staff for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he was. I always forget.
Me too.
And then the Shanahan tree is Kyle, McDaniel, D'Amico Ryans,
Salah, I think, is on there.
Yeah, well, he's not a head coach
You're
anymore,
talking about
still.
just current head coach.
Current. And then Raheem Morris.
Raheem, yeah.
Who else is there? Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur, Zach Taylor, Kevin O'Connell, Brian
What
Callahan.
And then I'm trying to think. Who's
That's 9.
Technically, what the coaching tree? Well, I don't think there's no real coaching tree, but I guess Dan Quinn falls under Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I keep forgetting that Dan Quinn's the coach of the Commanders.
And really good too. What is that, Justin Herbert? Why are they throwing a 3rd and 1?
So essentially, the coaching trees now are Andy Reid, Belichick, and Shanahan.
Yeah.
That's like 90% of the league. And then there's what is it?
It would be really interesting to go through and like look at the 32 coaches and like trace them back. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, there's only one outlier, and that's Sean Payton.
Yep.
Trailblazer.
And Ben Johnson.
Are you flipping kidding me? Oh my God. What in the...
Sean Payton, Ben Johnson, that's pretty much it.
Well, Sean Payton...
wait. Yeah, I was going to say Sean.
Sean Payton was the QB coach in Philly the year before Reid got there.
Yeah, so he's not a Reid guy.
That was... Look at this play, guys. That was awful. I'm sorry to interrupt, but...
What a weird path. He went from the Eagles to the Giants to the Cowboys.
To the Saints. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but just
he went through the NFC East, except for
the Commanders or the Redskins at the time. But like to rival hop like that in consecutive jobs in consecutive years is just so weird.
That's wild.
So basically, pretty much what? He is the Coughlin coaching tree?
No, I don't think Coughlin was there yet.
Sid Gilman.
Who the hell is that?
Technically.
Who?
Because I'm looking at it right now. So it's
that was so funny.
Sid Gilman, and then so it's Sid Gilman, Bum Phillips, Wade Phillips, Jim Fassel, and then Sean Payton.
Whoa.
Yeah, Sid Gilman.
I like her more interested in this than the game. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I'm going to leave because I'm tired.
People on the field's fault that we're more interested in this.
Oh,
that is true. I'm exhausted.
Our movie next week will be What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yes.
I feel like I've seen that, but I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's a Johnny Depp movie.
Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio and some other chick that I can't remember.
Julia Lewis.
Yeah, maybe. But anyways. All right. Take it easy, fellas.
Good night, fellas.
Get out.
Oh my God. We still got like 8 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, I know. This has been the lie. I swear. I thought Falcons Vikings was long yesterday. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I have had all 4 wisdom teeth extracted at the same time, and the anesthesia didn't take hold, and this is less painful. I'm sorry, this is more painful than that, rather.
Oh my God, man. I want to cry. This has been a brutal month. This has been a brutal Sunday and Monday night. I actually want to cry.
Well, at least the Bucs game was good. The Bucs game feels like forever ago, to be fair.
But even then, like in the second half, that game grinded to a halt. Like that was true. Like it got boring in that third quarter. It didn't pick up until literally the last 5 minutes of the fourth.
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued. I want to go and do that thing now where I trace back the 32 current head coaches and their that would be and do like an ancestry.com type of thing. That would just be so fascinating.
Yeah, we could add that for a segment at some point. Maybe our next watch along in a few weeks. You can give us the results.
Sounds good to me, boss. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whenever I think, I'm sorry guys, but whenever I think of Belichick, I think of his girlfriend every time now. I just can't think of anything else.
Oh my god. See, when it's bad enough when some to me when and people can do what they want when they're adults, but it's still weird regardless to me that people will date people that are old enough to be their parent or and vice versa, or old enough to be their child, or I know such a relationship in my town, which I think is gross, but then you've got like that situation where he is old enough to, and this happens to a lot of rich people, but still old enough to be her grandfather. She is literally she's the same age as us, and Bill Belichick is in his 70s. So literally, that's 3 generations. That's not two. That's 3. He is old enough to be her grandfather.
It's
Oh
freaking
my!
creepy. Guys, are the Raiders gonna score?
I
We
hope
have
so.
a game here.
I don't want them to at this point. I don't want to watch this. I'm sorry, Raiders or Chargers fans. No, you know what? I'm done apologizing to Chargers fans. We did a podcast on you for 2 seasons. I'm done with that. Oh, Jacoby Myers are so slow. I mean, would it matter in fantasy for me at this point? Probably not. But oh god, you're so slow. Oh, this game. If we actually end up having even a field goal impacts this game.
You guys want overtime?
No.
Do I want? Did you say? Did you say? Do we want overtime?
Yeah.
I want to sleep.
Thank you. Oh my god, I can't, man. I'm still in my work clothes. I need to shower.
No. You and me both. I was gonna shower before we went on, but I didn't trust that I was gonna be done by the time we had to go live, so I didn't do that. But for the love, I also didn't drink coffee today, so that's not helping.
Oh,
You have Pepsi. Chug the liter of Pepsi right now. Chug all of it. Do it right now.
Hang on. I'm looking for the caffeine content on here.
oh my god! It's the dreaded swing pass check down to the running back. I'm seeing too many of these. I saw enough of Philly yesterday. I'm seeing too many now. It's hurting me. I can't watch this anymore. I don't want this.
Here we are. 38 milligrams per 12 fluid ounces. That does not fucking help. So basically, So basically, for the equivalent of a venti, there's 76 mil. I would have to drink 5 of these damn things.
Oh,
still chug it right now. Chug.
No, because then I won't sleep. Not even because of the caffeine, but because it's going to screw my stomach.
Don't you just love how the one time they decide to throw the ball at Jacoby Myers in the end zone, it's picked off? Don't you just love that?
He just gets freaking double teamed.
See, that's what people want. I don't care if I'm the homer at this point. That's what they like. That's what I see people on Twitter saying. Oh, why can't Jalen Hurts throw the ball into the end zone? That's why. Because if guys aren't open, I'm not going to have him throw an interception. That's stupid.
No, it's because he actually knows a thing called ball security.
Yeah. Other quarterbacks should try it sometime if they want to win a Super Bowl.
No, dead ass. Like the amount of people I'm seeing who are still saying that Hurts is not a forget about top 5. I can argue with the top 5, not a top 10 quarterback. I'm like, okay.
Oh no, yeah. At that point, delete delete your entire social media, delete your accounts, delete your social media, because you shouldn't speak on.
The people who say that Jalen Hurts is not a top 10 quarterback in the NFL are the people who make me think that freedom of speech shouldn't be absolute.
Like, I can't, man. Like, I know we get carried away with Eagles stuff, but it's like, I don't know if it's just me or maybe it's just my social media feeds that cater to this because I'm an Eagles fan. But nobody out of all these top 10 quarterbacks, nobody gets the amount of crap that he does. Nobody.
No, I would agree with that because a lot of the shows that I watch, they're not even Eagles oriented shows. They're just like they're general like football or sports shows, and like I'll see them say this about Jalen Hurts or that about Jalen. I'm like, okay, you have to hang on. I'll make this PG, but you have to like
you don't have to.
Stop being so generous to certain quarterbacks who have accomplished far less in their career, who may have been playing even longer than Hurts. I mean, again, like you said earlier, or someone said earlier, 16 games in a row that he's gone start to finish, he's won.
Yeah.
He has won a Super Bowl, and he outplayed the supposed, baby goat in another. And, he always like, and people are talking about, should he be considered, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL if he, gets back to the Super Bowl? No, if he gets back to the Super Bowl, he should be considered for Canton.
Yeah, 100%.
To me, when I watch him play, and this is how you can separate the people that are like us, that talk and know football, from the people, and like it's not just being an Eagles fan. This is the truth. When you have people that talk and know football, when the first thing they bring up is the stat line of a quarterback, or the stat line of players in terms of overall performance, like for a game or a set of games or a Super Bowl. Like, I brought it up with Goff to prove a point. It wasn't the first thing I brought up about Goff in the Super Bowl. I brought it up to prove a point that he was not good in that game because he wasn't overall against the Patriots, but a top 2 offense in the league.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not sure what you're saying, to be honest with you.
I'm saying, like, in general, it's like, when it comes to stat lines, people read so much into numbers. Like, I've heard so many times before that, if a quarterback doesn't throw for 4,000 yards and 40 TDs, he's not elite. I'm like, well, if you watch the games, you would understand more because numbers are not everything.
It's also like you think back to, I can, and again, me, I'm as much of a numbers guy as anybody, but you can think back to a few years ago, teams like the Denver Broncos with Peyton, teams like the Ben Roethlisberger Steelers. The reason why those guys were so heavy in pass is because all they could do to move the ball was pass, because they didn't have the run blocking or the running game to be able. I sound like I'm on drugs now, but
that's fine. We're almost done. We're almost done. In order to be able to move the ball or to win multiple different, they had to do that way. It's similar to the post Elliott Dak Cowboys that we discussed. So it's like they'll say, he only has 10 passing touchdowns in 8 games. Yeah, because he's run for 5 more.
Yeah. Like, well, actually, wait, Rob, are you muted? Check your sound.
I'm not muted.
Because I can't hear you.
I can't hear you neither, Rob.
Oh, that's not good. You guys can't hear me?
Yeah,
okay. That ain't no better.
Yeah, check your stuff. Because.
Yep. Hello? Nope. Okay.
Like, it's
one moment.
Like what is it? When it comes to when I saw what was it? I saw a stat line today.
Hello?
That was like, oh
Hello?
Yeah.
There we go. How you doing? All
right, go ahead.
Like, I mean, it's not a reputable source. ML Football, like on Twitter, like that kind of.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They're like, oh yeah, Jalen Hurts has 0 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. And like his completion percentage is really good, but like, oh yeah, he was posting like his stat line through the first 2 games, and then like they highlighted like in big bold letters, big caps lock, 0 touchdowns. I'm like, well, he actually has 2. They were just rushing. So like, that's why.
Yeah, that's not great.
You know,
Yeah.
when in Moneyball when they said he gets on base a lot, Rocco, do I care if it's a walk or a hit? In this case, he gets in the end zone a lot. Do I care if it's by the air or by the ground?
Absolutely not.
Like, yeah, I don't care. Like, I mean, no, actually, technically, wait, technically, he has 3 rushing touchdowns because he had a tush push TD yesterday, so he's got
Hmm.
3. So,
I'll be honest. I do look at the stats quite a bit, but I don't do it this early because they. And like a lot of things, even today, would have not even been fully updated with the stats from yesterday. So
It's
I
also
paid
way too
limited.
early in the season too.
but it's
It's
like,
also
but it's
it's
like,
way too early.
but
That
that's
was
what I'm
my other
saying.
that was my
It's
other
like,
point.
yeah, like that. That's why I'm saying, like, but it's like I don't understand why they harp on his just because his stats are not Joe Burrow or Josh Allen or a couple years ago Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson. It doesn't make him not a good quarterback. It doesn't make him not elite. It doesn't make him not a good quarterback. Like,
No, but because there's so many things intangibly speaking that just as a leader, like you can't quantify leadership, and
yeah,
and it just you can just tell the command that he has not only of that offense but of the locker room. I mean, he is leading one of the most. He has had some rowdy characters in his offense and on his defense and in his locker room, and he. I mean, actually, did y'all see? It was like it was yesterday, and one of the guys said, "Oh, you only have X
yeah,
number
Chris
of
Jones.
yards." Yeah,
Chris Jones.
Jones. Yeah,
Yeah, Chris Jones. You only have 100 yards, and he's like, "We won the game. Who cares?" It was
yeah,
Yeah.
hilarious.
yeah, and I'm just thinking to myself, you know what? For a veteran defensive lineman, I would have thought you would have learned by now that maybe you save the trash talking for when your opponent's literally doing anything but victory formation.
Well,
Yeah.
also that's as Shane said in our chat. That's like the worst trash talk you'll ever see.
Yeah. Like, it's so funny. It's like, and
Leave it to Kansas City.
it's not just trash talk. You're trash talking a guy that has now beat you 3 straight times. He's beaten you in Kansas City in 23. He beat you in the Super Bowl last year, and he beat you again yesterday. So,
Yeah,
The true Eagles three or the true excuse me Chiefs three-peat. Oh my god,
yeah,
I'm so fucking tired. Jesus Christ.
listen. At this point,
are we still live?
yeah, no, we still
Yeah.
are. Unfortunately, for the next 4 minutes, or a little less than 4. You guys are a little ahead of me.
Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess how long we've been live? Because I can tell you.
I mean, you guys came on at what? It was like 10:05, 10:05.
10-15 ish. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I'm in the central, so it was 9 something. I'm gonna guess we're going on 2 hours 40 minutes.
This is 2.5 hours right now.
It's pretty much exactly 2.5. It's 2:27:21.
Okay, so a bit pretty close.
And it's been
This
a
is
lot
No,
of nonsense. The game's been a lot
well.
of
That's
nonsense.
the game's been absolutely atrocious. Gino look well. It's not just that Gino looks bad. This offensive line is so bad.
they just had a lineup that for passes over it was either 10 or 15 yards. He's 0 for 10 with 3 picks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying Gino has been. I mean, Gino's been awful today because
Yeah,
these throws are not going anywhere. But partially, it's the offensive line. Again, I'm not the person to talk about this because I just don't like watching Geno Smith. So, yeah.
So wait,
Please God, tell me that Seahawks Texans is way better than this in a few weeks.
so what I'm trying to think of right now is with the Bengals schedule and with Jake Browning now being the quarterback for pretty much what will be the rest of the regular season.
Can I pause that really quick? We were
Yeah.
talking. Scoop and I were talking about this. Do you want to just say that's the unanimous Pocket game of the week next week? No JJ McCarthy, so Carson Wentz.
I'm surprised you eliminated so many games this week, and you're not eliminating that one and saying that we can't say that.
Yeah, what do you want to? I think that's like unanimous.
I
Carson
think that's
Wentz
going to be unanimous. Yeah.
versus Browning. That's just awful.
And I'll tell you this: I'm dang sure rooting for the Bengals next week.
Well, yeah, they're also 2 reasons. I'm not rooting against Carson really,
Scoop, I thought you fell out of your chair. Holy
Yeah.
smokes! All right, Brandon, go ahead.
I'm not rooting against Carson really. I'm just rooting against the Vikings
Can't
because they're in
relate.
NFC. That's basically it. Any NFC competition at all, just get rid of them. So,
Guys, we have a football game. Oh
Are you
my
shitting me?
god!
I don't want it.
Holy shit!
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want a football game at this point. I want to go to sleep.
We have a football game. Look at this.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Another late game Geno Smith thing that I talked about on the show last week.
But look at this! Look at this! Look at Max Crosby! Oh my god!
Rob sounds like he just saw a baby for the first time.
Woo!
Can we predict their schedule with Jake Browning here? Next week they could win because the Vikings win with Carson Wentz.
I want to wait until Wednesday when we make our picks for that. I don't know what to do yet.
Because I'm looking at their schedule, they're not winning many games. Especially look at this gauntlet they have for 4 straight weeks. They've got Broncos, Lions, Packers, Steelers.
By the way, the Broncos game. Is it the Broncos game? Yeah, Broncos game is Monday Night Football. Thank God there's a second game, but have fun.
And then the back end of their schedule, they have to play the Ravens twice in 3 weeks, division, but still twice in 3 weeks. And in between them, they have to play the Bills in Buffalo in December, right before Burrow comes back. So basically,
how many of those are prime time? So I said the Monday Nighter, which there's 2 games on at that time.
So they have Bengals,
Oh my god!
So Bengals Broncos prime time. So that's 1. Then Bengals Steelers prime time. Bengals Packers is 4:30, but I'm talking about prime time as in late night.
Night games, yeah.
Yeah. So Bengals Broncos is 1. Bengals Steelers is the other, October 16th. Bengals Ravens November 27th. So basically Thanksgiving, 8/20. And then Bengals Dolphins December 21st. That'll probably get flexed.
What is that, NBC or what is that?
That is what day is December 21st? December 21, 2025 day. So it's a Sunday, so Sunday football.
That's totally getting flexed. Okay, fourth down, Gino.
So they have 4. Bro.
Oh my god! Gino! What was that?
Is it over?
Watch it.
Hang on, I'm behind y'all.
Yeah, that's why I said look at your television screens. Watch this.
That's what I'm doing.
Watch Gino just move around like this.
Right now, I just saw 89 blow up pass or reception attempt. So it's 4th and 5 now.
Yep. Yeah, look at this 4th and 5, boys. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Here's the snap.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, Gino actually did have an open man. He had an open man in the first 2 seconds. He snapped the ball. Never threw it.
Okay. I didn't realize we were watching Happy Feet tonight.
Okay, I can I rescind what I said earlier? It doesn't matter the offensive line. Geno Smith is awful.
He's
so bad.
Did you not see the guy in the middle of the field wide open in the first 2 seconds? Did you not see? Oh my! Fourth and 5. It is 4th and 5. I'd rather you throw an interception because you're trying to get a first down. You threw the ball away on 4th and 5. Oh my god! Oh my god! You threw the ball away on 4th and 5. Oh my god!
Yeah, no, I'm done with Geno, man. I've been done for a long time.
God. Oh my god. Oh my god, please kill me.
All right, I'm ordering my coffee for tomorrow now because otherwise I'm just gonna completely.
Are you ordering coffee already?
Like I'm setting it up to be delivered in the morning.
Oh, Duncan?
I don't know where yet.
Nah. You should get Sabrina Carpenter's coffee.
They don't have that on DoorDash, which is annoying as hell.
Oh, it's so awful.
I've tried to do that several times, and it's never to any success.
Brandon has officially lost all his football brain cells.
I never listen. I know the Raiders are not a good franchise, but this is why we even said no that everybody's like, oh yeah, they have pieces this year. They could be good. No. With Geno Smith, they will never be good. It's not going to happen. Like you need an actual quarterback in there. And the thing is, if the end of the Pete Carroll era with Geno, was not good, that they kind of split their separate ways and it ended badly in Seattle. Why didn't anyone think it was going to work in Vegas?
Dude. I mean, I said the offensive line, which has been awful and has made it hard for Geno. But some of these throws, like you just saw, are just
not
awful.
not just the throws, but the football IQ decision making.
Oh my god!
It's one thing to execute a poor throw, but it's another thing to just have made the effort to make that particular throw in the first place. And you've been not for anything. I know this is your second win. You've been in the league since freaking 2013. You've been in the league longer than 98% of the players who are currently playing.
Exactly.
Figure it the hell out.
Yeah. So I rescind my comment about just saying it's the offensive line. Geno's looked, pretty much the offensive line. Geno's been awful.
The only time it's acceptable to throw an interception is 4th and 5 because you have to get the first and you have to try to keep this game alive. You threw the ball out of bounds. I wouldn't throw the ball out of bounds on 4th and 5. He did. And that's not a rookie. Like we're saying, this is a guy, this is what, his 13th?
I'd like to believe even rookies, at least they've played football before in their lives and wouldn't do that. Like that's not an NFL thing. Like rookie mistakes are for people who struggle with the going from college to the NFL. That's still stupid to do in college.
I can't.
Oh my god! Now flags.
I can't, man. This game between last night and tonight. Football is starting to physically hurt me again. Physically and mentally hurt me again.
By the way, Brandon, good morning, my friend.
Delay of game offense took 15 years off my life.
It is Tuesday on the East Coast. It is Tuesday.
It's about to be Tuesday on the Gulf Coast also.
Yeah.
It's guys, it's Tuesday.
Illegal formation. You have an 11-point lead on the road with 2 minutes to go in illegal formation.
Brandon, aren't you happy we didn't record after this game was over?
Oh my god. I'm actually crying tears of joy because if I had to between work
the concept of not even having started this show yet, like I can feel my hairs turning gray.
I mean, we have a few 10 o'clock games this year, don't we?
No, it's just this one and then the Seahawks one. Those are the only two.
Oh my god!
I haven't been this annoyed at somebody named Herbert since Herbert P. Bear and Club Penguin.
Oh my god!
Oh, speaking, I will say though, some good news of sports that did come out today. I think you guys saw this in the group chat because I did put it. But my Pels are finally going to be televised down here in Jackson on stream.
It took that long.
It was supposed to be last year, but there was a stupid thing that fell through with one of the contracts. Yeah, so we'll have it because I have DirecTV stream. So I'll have the Gulf Coast Sports Network for the first time.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you're happy about the Pelicans finally being on TV. I wish they would take the Nets off TV. I don't want to watch Nets basketball.
You want to see the Eagles do commentary at least.
Well, I and Noah, yeah, but like they see. I get excited when I hear their voice during that first game for basketball season. And I'm like, yes, the voice of my childhood. I'm like, I can't wait to watch Jason Kidd and Vince Carter. Oh wait, that was 15 years ago. That doesn't exist anymore.
By the way, Vince Carter is doing studio for NBC.
I know, and he's also still doing Nets games for Yes. I love it. I get to hear my childhood hero call games for my favorite team. Like, I love that. It's just,
but it's the Nets. By the way, you got Kobe Buffkin. Are you happy about that?
Yeah, that happened earlier today.
yeah, a little bit. I'll take. Listen, our depth might end up playing more minutes than our rookies here because our depth is actually decent. Oh my god. Listen. I want to believe at some point at the end of this road, at the end of this perpetual centuries long rebuild for the Nets, I would love to believe that we'll do something, even though I know we won't, because the Nets. Funny, Nets and Jets rhymes, and that's Nets, Jets, and Mets.
And Mets. I was gonna throw that in there just now.
Nets, Jets, and Mets all rhymes, and you know why it's all. That's not just it's ironic, not ironic. It makes sense. It's because I'm tired. I can't formulate a sentence, but I was gonna make a joke about how all three teams suck in New York, but one plays in Jersey. And two play in New York, but put it this way, they all rhyme, they all play in the tri-state area, and by God, they all suck. So you know what? I hate, listen, if I'm glad that I don't root for Philly sports outside of the Eagles, because Philly sports is painful to watch, is very, very painful to watch. Thank God I don't. But then, when I realize how much pain the Nets give me in return, I'm like, okay, I'm still in misery. Regardless.
Well, see, here's the thing. Over the last 20 or so years, has there really been any city that's not experienced that much pain in sports aside from LA and Boston?
Well, I mean, Mariners for us.
No, I said that's not experienced that much pain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
LA and Boston are the only two cities that I can think of that seem to have a winner in one sport every year.
Pittsburgh, probably.
I guess. Yeah.
I can't. Do the Pens win that much?
The Pens
recently.
15 years have won a lot.
They have, but they've struggled recently. If I'm not mistaken,
recently,
right?
Yeah, that's because Sid is older, and look at this.
Sid the Squid.
I mean, yeah, the Pen, and the thing is, the last couple years for the Pens have been rough, but the last 15 years they've won a lot. Steelers have won in the last 15 years. Steelers won one. So I mean, Pittsburgh has some things to be happy about, but the problem is, here's the problem: for all those successes, the Pirates are god awful. So, it's like,
that raises an interesting question. Does Paul Skeens end up getting traded? Does he go to free agency, or is he a lifetime Pirate?
He's not a lifetime Pirate if they're going to be that bad.
Did you hear what the Pirates turned down our offer of Spencer Jones, Lombard, and a pitcher or two, whatever it was, to get him at the trade deadline?
Yeah, I saw that, which I'm not surprised by, to be honest with you. I'm not surprised by, because I do think he's worth more than that. But that being said, I honestly, and I know I hate them, so I hate that I'm saying this, but it's just the truth. The only team that I thought that had enough to get him in terms of prospects at the deadline was the Red Sox. That's the only team that I thought, because they had Anthony, they had all the I thought that was the only team that I saw that had a high end enough and deep enough farm system to be able to make a potential deal. But I'm in no way surprised that the Pirates haven't done it yet. Because I think one, they're stubborn. I think two, they're clueless, and I think three, quite frankly, I think that I do think Skeens probably wants to ride it out at least as a little bit longer. Because he doesn't seem like he's eager to jump ship just yet. No pun intended. Um, but um, but yeah, it just I obviously, how could you not love the idea? If you're Brandon or I, about potentially Skeens being about trading for Skeens if it was possible. But just straight up, there's at least 6 other teams I can think of that would have been able to make a better offer than Jones and Lombard.
You know what's crazy is like, could you like it's every Yankees fan's wet dream to have a rotation of Cole, Skeens, Rodon, and Fried as your top 4. Oh.
I'm sorry, but Skeens goes ahead of Cole for me, especially off of Tommy John.
Yeah, I guess, but I think I like Cole as the vet, as he's been the ace of the Yankees. So
yeah, but that was with a different arm.
Yeah, but I think I want to see how Garrett. I want to see how Garrett. Well, because if they were to get Skeens, I would have Cole be the one for just next year, and then if he's not the same, then you bump him down.
That's fair. But I definitely think that if you're making that deal, I'm guessing at least one, if not both, of Schmidt and Warren are going to have to be in that deal because they're going to want young MLB pitching in that deal. So I would
do that in a heartbeat.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I'm just saying that it's going to cost us both major and minor league talent.
Yeah.
Okay, this game is mercifully finally over. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, we're done. We are done. First,
we talked about every. What we covered
everything under the sun. Everything under the sun.
We've talked about every major American sport, unless you consider MLS.
Which
Rob
Sounders
does.
Sounders are doing okay, I guess.
I genuinely don't know what that is.
My team, my MLS team.
I'm happy for you.
Speaking of that, I think it's Thursday. I think it's one. I'm gonna check. Wednesday or Thursday, Brandon. Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Champions League.
What time?
Noon, I think, or 3:00 your time.
Oh, we can watch that because I'm off Thursday.
Yeah, we're gonna. By the way, I'm fully confident. It's what is it? It's Wednesday. Wednesday, 3:00.
Damn it!
I'll be honest though. I'll be real honest with you. We're gonna get smacked by Bayern Munich. Frippin' rotated by Bayern.
I have to double check our schedule. I don't even know when our next game is.
You're a Newcastle fan, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
How did that happen?
Yeah, that's actually. By the way, I'm sorry because yikes, with everything that's going on with Ezek being gone and everything. Yeah. So nobody wants to go to Newcastle. Everyone hates being in Newcastle.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Like I've gotten so hyped now for the last 3 guys that were potentially looking at us as a finalist to transfer, and I just realized now I must have been like, trying to, which I don't even know how they would use us to bid up against a team like, I think Liverpool was
Liverpool got Isaac, yeah.
Isaac. But I was just like, okay, can we just grab one guy? Pause. But like, I'm not understanding at all. Like, I don't know.
Nobody wants to go to Newcastle. Everyone wants to leave Newcastle.
There was so much hope last year with how well the team played for a period of time. But it's just like, that has not transferred over. Also, to answer Brandon's question quickly about how it happened, and then I am signing off because my neck is literally not supporting my own head. But it happened because I worked for a guy in high school. He was my boss for a little while for this kind of summer program type thing. And he was a Leicester City fan because he was from that sort of area. And I literally just asked him, I said, what team do you recommend I start rooting for? He started me with he talked about Everton, and then he recommended Newcastle United and kind of walked me through some of the history of them. And I started watching a few games, became a huge fan of a player they had at the time named Matt Ritchie.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, just thought he was a big game player. I enjoyed and always seemed like he was coming through. Kind of was remind me a little bit of how I felt when I first watched the Flyers and I saw who would become my favorite player in Sean Couturier. So yeah, that's how that happened. And I just kind of stuck with them ever since. But
He plays for Reading now. Holy
yeah,
smokes.
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm sorry for your loss, Scoop, because being a Newcastle fan in this day and age sounds awful after the transfer window.
Yeah, it's but again, I consider it that the sports gods are trying to do some character building. I just got to see the Yankees in the World Series last year. I just got to see the Eagles in 2 out of the last 3 Super Bowls. The sports gods giveth and they taketh away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. All right, and with that, for Brandon, for Scoop, for myself, we finally covered every major sport in one night. We'll do this again in a few weeks. We'll see you all soon. Good night.
Thank you, co-hosts. Thank you, fans, and.
Hell yeah. Good night, guys.
Take care, guys.